Bah. This is why is the silly music still going? Let's turn that down. This is no time for silly japes anymore. We've got shit to do. We've got fucking shit to do. It's a surprise ROR session today. Let me just adjust my seat here. We did start a little early, so we might go on for a little longer or the same amount of time. I don't really know. We're gonna turn off this music, and we are going to... Let me get the bot set up here. Yeah, I think... Put this at like 12. That'll probably be good. Alright, and let me... Why are you all muted?
Dot.
What? You guys don't all have to be muted. We're starting.
I was.
Well, yeah,
typing.
look,
We're all dead.
No, you're
we're
not.
normally talking when you're starting streams. We
We're
thought we'd change it
dead
up.
inside.
You just decided to die today?
Yeah.
Yeah, Saturdays are different.
How does a Saturday hit? Oh, okay. Actually, never mind. I shouldn't question that. Anyway, I think we should continue back from where we were. Last session, we all went down into the Fritzuen's prison. And in the prison, you met a imprisoned dragonborn named Kruank and found a cell filled with various dragonborn zombies who you can assume were zombified due to the strange mushrooms you've also found down in this prison. From where you had explored up to this prison, you had gone into a room filled with a bunch of coffins. Arillo had touched a sword that emerged out of the coffins and was beginning to stab a dead body with it. In front of the chest, are 10 gold pieces, which flew out of it when Lepori exclaimed that it was loss, whatever that means.
Die.
And you now all stand in the middle of this room, just kind of you've all you're taking in everything. Arillo's stabbing a dead corpse in one of the coffins, seemingly to no effect, just stabbing a dead body. And yeah, you all are in the what's the word? Catacomb. You're in the catacomb, not catacombs, because there's only one. Is there
Bones.
Would we like to continue to move throughout the dungeon or the prison?
Continue to have a fever. Yeah, I'm vibing.
Okay. Yeah, we.
Yeah, Tempest also.
Now we
did
can actually vote.
have a
Should we go to the place that had talking in it, like the other way? We just kind of
Yeah.
forgot about that. Basically, on the other side of the crossroad, there was people talking.
I said no.
Yeah.
I heard a very faint no from Arillo.
Well, thanks, guys. I'm here.
You're really quiet, by the way, Arillo.
Are you using the
I have
mic from that again, or are you like,
early for me not to.
huh?
It's too early for me not to.
We can't really understand you with that
Yeah,
mic. Gotta be
we
100% honest.
can't.
Right.
You're like, let me do it. I think you're like this. Yeah, like it was really quiet, like a hip.
You're
But like extremely low quality.
yeah.
If I put my microphone right here, is it better?
Yes,
Yeah.
that's it's a little crunchy, but
Hold
hey,
on. I know it's a
okay.
no.
While you're figuring that out, we're all in agreement to move into the other room, correct? The room on the left of the top section in which you found yourself in.
A lot better, or is it worse?
That is
Worse.
worse.
Hold on.
Well, that was a little better.
Hold on. Was that better? I
Yes.
flipped them around.
Very much better.
I'm holding one of my earbuds. It's a microphone.
If it works,
Bruh.
it works. Anyhow,
This is so awkward.
at least we can hear you.
Good.
Do we all move into the room to the other side, though?
I guess.
Yeah.
All right. You make your way, all of you make your way out of the room with the coffins in it, and you pass by a door that is in the same hallway as you. You notice a very large lock on it, several locks, in fact. Some of them combinations, some of them keyholes, but the door is very secure, to say the least. There are lots of locks on it, and you're not quite sure what's on the other side. The door ahead of you, though, is where you can hear the talking, and now that you've made it a little closer, you can begin to make out the words, except the other three of you can't seem to make out the code phrases being said in between the two parties. However, Lepori understands the code phrases that they begin to hear as a thieves can't, which these two parties communicating are, could it be that guy? I don't know. Could it do we kill him? Well, duh. They seem to be going back and forth deciding whether or not to burst out of the room and kill whoever's on the other side.
Explosion.
But the other three of you do not discern this. You just hear code phrases such as potato, banana, blueberry, or various fruits along those lines.
One by one, Lepori's gonna just point at someone, pull out like a piece of wire, put it up, like, okay, so they're gonna try they're thinking they should kill the person out the side of the door, so us. Okay, so they're just like pointing to each person in particular and casting message.
Just casting message 3 times.
Yeah.
I think I did 3 times for the fun of it.
Okay, but they don't seem to be decisive on their action just yet. What do we do?
I just kind of look, just like, hand across neck, as in kill them, or thumbs down, no.
Fellas.
I'm not sure.
Sith's just
I
gonna
can't
put his
I can't just hide behind
paw on his
I'm
bell.
too tall for this job.
You clutching your bell like your pearls.
No, clutching my belt like my fucking gun.
Oh.
Good.
Poor just like kind of looks confused because just like nods head and like it starts to pull out the rapier.
Ooh.
I'll pull out the sword I got.
It's kill time.
So are
Alright,
we?
cool. I want to stab through the door.
I mean, I can
Why would you?
bust down
You're
the
not
door.
even-
I
you're not
have
even
a
gonna-
little
Because
bit
if
of
they're like hiding on the
I
side of
can
the
bust
door,
down the door
we can
pretty
just stab
easily.
them through it. And like if they're holding the door still, just stab them.
You have a rapier, right?
Stab their
Yeah.
hands through the door.
They can pierce through wood.
I suppose.
My hand will pierce through wood.
I'm gonna say, wouldn't it be? Are you strong enough to get it through the door, Labori?
Go through the holes of the door.
There are no holes in this
I will
door.
make a goddamn hole in the door.
Okay,
I
I'll
feel
like
like
step
if we're
back.
going to try go through the door, that's what we have already.
What kind of material is this? What is this door made out of?
It is made of
stone or
wood. It is wood, just like the door you exited out
Okay.
of. In the coffin room.
It'd be kind of funny to do that and they just crap their pants.
Grab their what?
They crap their pants.
Oh.
I am gonna like brace up my metal arm
Mm-hmm.
and just full thrust right into the center of the door.
You're just gonna shoulder charge into that bitch and break it down?
Yep.
Okay. Roll strength for me.
Flat strengths.
Mm-hmm.
No round strength.
Do I wanna rage? I have two still.
Yeah, you used
And
one
And this might go
earlier.
right into combat. It might go right into combat, so
flat strength as opposed to flat earth.
sure.
I
Good
love
point.
that rage theory.
I don't think I need to,
Why?
because that is a 22.
That's a 22. You rev yourselves back as the rest of the party, ready for a fight to burst out of the door just as you charge in, and you run down the hall, and you can hear the strange phrases go from, oh, fuck, 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 as your pounding footsteps begin to ring throughout the hallway. You burst through that door, shattering it, and you just see 2 dragonborns hiding behind the table with, little daggers. They're wearing the same prison rags that the the other Dragonborns you've seen before. Dave and Kruank with the rest of the party are just kind of watching this, and these two are just holding these knives at you, and they're just like, hi.
Wait. Aurelia, wait, stop.
Nice to meet you, little boys.
They might just be prisoners, not people who are trying to kill us.
Well, I mean, the one on the right is a red dragonborn. He's also relatively short for the dragonborn race, being 5'6", and wearing the same prison rags and holding this dagger. He looks to Lepori and just says, well, no, we did try to rob a guy, but no, I don't.
Oh no, how sad. How could you? How could you so mean? Anyway, are you gonna try to kill us, or are you trying to kill the one upstairs? I'll see you in Thieves. I'll see you in Thieves' Camp. Thieves' Camp. So true.
You'll say that in Thieves' Camp?
Yeah.
They respond back in English, a little too frantic and worried because Arillo is standing right there, having just burst through the door. What guy upstairs?
Who is the guy behind the door you were thinking about?
Earth Genasi shopkeep kinda speaks in a stupid voice like this.
Oh yeah, that's the guy upstairs.
Oh. Why are you down here then? He kind of twirls the dagger and puts it back into a makeshift satchel out of a belt. Owl bear?
A long story. He kind of wants us to get Owlbear fur, but I'm gonna be honest, we're just gonna get paid and then kill him.
Right. There's an owl bear down here?
Maybe.
The other Dragonborn that's right next to him is blue, and he looks very similar to the guy next to him, but he has the main difference of really choosing not to speak, but he's also holstered his dagger as well. This Dragonborn, stands right behind the table. Sorry, remind me what you just said to him.
We were gonna get paid and then kill him.
You're gonna kill... I'm sorry, I'm just having a little hard time. You're down here for Owlbear. Why did you come down here for that?
He put us on a quest to get Owlbear fur
This
down
is
here.
a dungeon.
I don't know, mate. He just told us we'd get Owlbear fur. And now I'm thinking we might have been put on a goose chase. And it seems like his goose is cooked currently. We're gonna kill it.
He's kind of like stuttering at his words for a moment, but as he's like saying these words, he goes and he begins to hack, and eventually you can see this melting tarry substance, this black tarry substance begin to melt out of his mouth, and eventually he turns away from you and into the Give me a moment.
Well, dang.
So I feel like he's gonna become one of the creatures that eat other people. Yeah.
He's gonna become a mycenoid. Wait, that's
Give me a minute.
D&D monster. What am I talking about? A mycenoid is an actual D&D monster. What am I thinking of?
Time to entertain the stream. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe for more daily uploads.
Daily Dose of Internet. Hello, welcome to your Daily Dose of Internet. I have a gun.
Internet. Welcome to
Back to your Daily Dose of Internet. I have a gun.
Arillo breaking down every door in the dungeon because he does not see this as property.
God, a clock in my memory.
The racism is feeling it.
Before I was rudely interrupted, let me just continue on.
Didn't tell me your mom was talking.
Shut up.
That was like the most sauce in line you've ever said. Something.
Shut up. This dragonborn coughs into a corner, and his breath weapon seems to just blast into this corner. Just he doesn't seem to be able to speak, but you see no apparent zombification or transformation going on. Just as if, though, whatever this substance was, it was just forcibly ejected from his throat. The other blue dragonborn is just kind of looking at this, slightly confused, and he goes, oh. You can also hear similar sounds coming from out in the hallway, and Dave is currently attending to a very similar situation that's happening with Krank, as he's also puked up this tarry substance.
Oh wait, no, this is just the stuff that make the breath weapon stop working.
The red dragonborn is wheezing now. Just he doesn't seem to be able to speak at the moment.
Guess we're trying to hide the community today. Not doing that. Not yet.
You. Does anyone?
You think it's good?
The dragonborn, the red dragonborn, begins to wheeze, but he's unable to make any words out to you. Like, all that comes out is a...
I'm gonna fucking point at him. I'm gonna point at him and cast message. Just, you good? They can reply telepathically.
And you hear within the telepathic message, can't speak, but can breathe.
Has anyone got any water? I think mine was mostly drank out by that one over there.
Kruank.
The other do I have?
Seemingly they can breathe, but they can't speak.
Do I have a water skin? I do have a water skin.
This guy told
I
me.
do.
Don't question it. Joke.
I do have a water skin. I could give a water skin.
Do we, are we giving any of the, we giving any
I'll,
of the two?
I'll give the water skin over.
Zombie, I'm literally right here.
Yeah,
what
well,
the
you
fuck do you
haven't-
mean where go?
You haven't said a thing since the beginning of the session.
Not say words.
You were worrying me. I didn't know if you were
That was a
here.
crime.
No, I just didn't even know if you were here. I asked you earlier, and I didn't know. Here, let me just move this. Arillo, you hand over the water skin to this dragonborn, and he wearily takes a sip. His wheezing kind of calms, but he's still unable to get any words out. Just, and he looks to the blue dragonborn, and then he just kind of nods as if he's just figured out something, and then hands you back the water skin.
I'm gonna
I wish I was like the best.
I'm gonna recast message on the Dragonborn who just figured something out. What was that face for?
He did something like that a little while ago. And he hasn't spoken since. He just kind of he just kind of nods, and being unable to speak, he just kind of like twirls his hand and gives you a bow as both the two of them. No, his hand.
Twirls my hat.
And he gives you a bow as he kind of like drags the other one on, and they begin to make their way to the door, seemingly to leave. But they also seem to leave everything on the table that was in the room sitting there. There are a couple of sacks like in the bottom left corner of the room, but the table that was there is what catches everyone's eye mainly, as that's what they've been standing behind. And there's lots of stuff on this table. Rotten food, you know, a couple copper pieces, but mainly what catches your eye is a key inside of some rotten food. Just one key. Nothing special about it.
I'm gonna explode if I have.
I want to get that.
Food. Oh no, we have mage hand. Don't.
Yeah, dude.
Sith
Do you want me to get mage handed out? I also have mage hand.
Also do have mage hand. Never mind.
It's my entire thing with this subclass.
Oh my god, look, we should totally mage high five.
You're so right.
Mage high five.
Yeah. Okay, Lepori and Steph give a mage hand high five, and then Lepori takes the key out of the food.
You kind of have to wriggle the hand in there a little, as it's inside of a disgusting rotted chicken, but you manage to get this key out, and the key looks different than the one Kruank gave you earlier in order to open the other cell door. It looks very different. It's got a small ruby inside of it, and you look around this key, and you can't quite discern anything of where it might go. but the ruby does catch your attention.
I don't think it's going to the room.
It's got a fucking ruby. It just starts like wiping off rotten chicken on the on the like a coat or whatever. Ah.
Do we stop the two from leaving, or are we heading out and just letting them go?
Oh wait, if we let them go, then he might know already, so he might meet us halfway.
Should we get him with us?
Might as
I'm good to keep him with us, but
if I have to fight, more the better.
we can bring some friends along. Adventure Time. Come on, grab your friends.
No.
Time.
I never watched Adventure Time.
You two, real quick. Do you want to come along with us? We're gonna go fuck that guy up.
They kind of go. They kind of like politely like nod their head no and wave their hand, you know, as if to say we'll be heading out now, but thank you for the offer. You know, and the two of them begin to open the door, or not open the door, begin to walk through the shattered remains of the door that was once there.
Keep yourself safe, you two.
They nod, and the two of them make their way further through the prison, down the corridors, seemingly to leave. Where are we headed now? You've got, the only two places I think you haven't been is the middle door up in this section, and, well, you haven't been inside that other room, but...
The place of magic. Can I go see if the key is at all reacting to the door?
Which door? The upper door?
Yeah.
You make your way
No,
over.
the lower door. The one that had magic.
Okay. You make your way down to this door, but looking at the key, and the magical circle protecting it, as well as a ton of boards, you can't really think how this key would do anything, and the key doesn't react to the door at all. You put it through, and it just becomes floppy, as if though it's any other metal that's passing through this magical circle.
Oh, that didn't do anything.
I assume we want to explore the other room that we haven't been able to.
Yeah.
Do we all agree with that?
I don't see why not.
I don't know. I just now can hear finally well.
Oh.
I just switched to my phone because my laptop's volume is shit for now. I don't know.
Okay. So, are we all going to the middle room?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In case you can see, Aurella's gone to go. Aurella's gone to eat dinner.
Okay, I was confused where he went. Anyway,
Avrilo has left the catacombs.
Aurelia was hungry. Saw the raw chicken. Was like,
just disappeared.
Yum yum time. Goodbye.
You make your way to this door up here, and you notice as you get close, the magical circle, like before, doesn't appear, and there's 3 locks on the doorknob. There is another one with 4 numbers, and there's 2 keyhole ones.
Wow, not another number one.
The numbers, Tempest. What do they mean?
It's almost like there's numbers.
Wow.
And from your current observation, the door doesn't seem magical in any way. It's just a door with some locks on it.
Huh, this door doesn't seem magical in any way.
Okay.
It's almost like it's just locks.
Wow!
I'm trying
Just in
here.
case. I'm gonna...
Lapori, you have some kind of lockpicking expertise, right? I would hope so.
No, I would never. You say that, and the mage hand is already flying over with thieves' tools, starting to unpick it.
Alright, roll sleight of hand for me.
Alright.
This door is also made of the wood that you saw earlier.
It's also cringe.
Wow, okay.
20.
Oh.
Unnatural.
Unnatural 20.
cringe 20.
As you fiddle, you know, moving the pins up in the lock on the bottom clicks and falls to the ground with a clang as the first metal lock you have successfully taken off. Do you try for the other one?
I think my first thing... Just stop doing that. Yeah.
Roll sleight of hand for me again.
19.
You do the same to the other lock, with it coming off and falling to the ground. But as you do this, you take a better look at the door, and you notice that it was ever so slightly creased open. And you probably could just push it open, since the door hadn't actually shut and
Where's the
latched.
fun in there?
Well, the only locks left is the number lock. So be my guess as to what the solution is.
I mean,
69, 69.
Do
Check,
we
what do I?
do we enter?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone's in agreement to that? Okay. You push open the door, and a much different atmosphere to the entire rest of this prison it's like a flashbang to your eyes, as instead of the dark, drab, dreary places of a prison, you open the door to quite a nice looking room. A beautiful green rug stretches across most of the floor. There's two fountains, kind of like half circles across the wall, and in the middle of the room, right in front of a huge tapestry and some swords and shields on the walls, even though they stick out as being very rusted due to time, there's a small stone pedestal with a white pearly orb sitting atop it.
Me when I ponder the orb. Who are
Despise,
pondering that orb right now?
despise you.
This happens a lot. You despising me. So.
So I wasn't despising you.
Oh. Anyway,
Who are
Are we-
pondering the orb?
are we going to do anything in relation to this room?
There's two fountains you said, right? And then the orb in the center with. What is on the tapestry?
The tapestry seems to be a depiction of the Renovamen War. Even though it's rather torn up, you see depictions of Mortiferum summoning legions of undead to battle a huge coalition. You see depictions of Mortiferum being chased off out of his lair as a gang of wizards, march up to deal with him. But it's mainly a large depiction of the Renovamen War, seemingly from start to finish. At least from what you can remember of it. You don't know if everything on the tapestry relates to the Renovamen War, but you got this history lesson, 5 days ago now?
But I also have a history book. I want to see if I can cross-examine.
Cross-examining with this history book you had obtained earlier from Gordon's lair, or not lair, you notice that depictions of Mortiferum are a little more Dragonborn-esque than what it's described in the book. In the book, Mortiferum is described as more, just like a lich, a figure of terrible power. But in the tapestry, Mortiferum is depicted as this large, intimidating monster, terrorizing locals for no reason, even though most of what the history book states is that Mortiferum mainly only harmed civilians if it was in the crossfire of any attacks on a town. Not just for the fuck of it.
Ah, so they're racist.
It's a racist tapestry. Yes, great
Huh.
job.
The pure temptation to burn it.
Do it.
After. Before we leave, I
Okay.
wanna. Fuck it. I'm gonna. Get. Real, no. I'm gonna go touch the orb.
You show
The rest of the party staying back watches as you walk your way up to the orb, and as you reach out a hand, the orb begins to speak and says, you don't have to touch me to work me. You just ask something. I was sort of waiting for any of you to ask me something, but
You can talk?
have you never had an Oricalis before?
What the fuck is that?
Can we hear this orb or just the party?
Everyone can hear this. It's as if a creature is speaking. I'm a divination device, typically used for researching information. You've You've never had. Well, I guess it is something for the rich, and you look like someone that would steal from the rich. So I don't blame you
Oh,
for not ever-
absolutely, it's very funny.
This one does appear to have divine knowledge then.
No,
You have divine
not-
knowledge
to
for
know
that.
you through and through.
Oh
there's
no, that's pretty obvious.
there's a
Yeah,
difference
it looks
between
pretty obvious.
divine and divination. They're two completely different arts. Divine is something that I would know of the
Must seem to have
gods
plenty
of.
of attitude too.
Well, excuse you. I'm simply attempting to explain my purpose. My purpose
And
is
I'm
to
simply
use.
a cat, my friend. Do carry on.
Okay, maybe I won't explain my purpose to you then. Maybe I don't feel so inclined. You ever discern that, Mister Bitch?
I guess we'll leave you be.
Oh,
Well, I'm sorry, but I didn't ask you to barge into my room, and... Oh, God, are you another group of idiots here to ask me to lower the barrier?
The barrier.
oh, what?
Oh, the one over there,
Yes.
the one for the other room.
Yes,
Oh.
the one all the way down across the hall. I'd really prefer it if... Well, actually, I don't know. Maybe it would be rather fun to watch you all get eaten by it, but... it's,
By what?
All
So
the
there's
beauty
a-
too.
So there's a creature back there.
Let me guess. Some guy told you about an owl bear that's horribly disgusting and infesting the place. So it's a rather, tired story. I hear it a lot. Not many people actually, come into this room though. It's not often I see people actually get in here. It's rather rare. I'm surprised you all actually took a minute to explore. Those dragonborns in the other room probably weren't going to let themselves out, if that makes sense.
Interesting.
But interesting.
What's your name?
As already stated, I am the Oracalis, or a Oracalis, if you're rich
Oh, that's
and
boring.
posh.
What's your name?
Name.
I don't-
Yeah.
I am the Oracalis. That is
Your
my
name?
No, I do not. I'm just telling you my name.
Okay, no,
Eh?
but that sounds more like a
That's
title
not-
than a
that's like
name.
No,
me saying,
I am
oh, my name's
Oraca-
Harangon. That's boring as shit.
I'm not a race. I'm a divination device.
Okay,
Yeah.
do you have a name?
The Oracalis.
That sounds like a title.
It's
Oh,
not
sorry,
a
I'm the
title.
rabbit. That's boring.
And I didn't pick it.
Yeah, so I was saying, do you
Well,
want to
now
know
we're
one?
giving you the chance to pick
I'm-
one.
Well, I would prefer not to. I've had this name for about 100 years, and I would prefer not to change
How
it
many
on a
friends
whim.
have you had?
What?
How many friends have you had in that 100 years?
I don't know. I mean, I've had many users, but not many friends. I don't have I'm
Ow.
Is there something you
both
want
have
to
friends?
Is there something
Maybe you just want a name.
Is there
Wanna be
some
your friend?
Yeah, we could be your friend.
Do you want to search something or not? Are you wasting my time with these questions?
We're trying to be your friend.
Yeah.
I don't have friends. I don't have emotions. Any
Do you want
emotion
one?
You
Any-
could have friends.
Any emotions you think I'm having are just something I'm copying off of the several people I've had. I learn off of people. I don't.
Okay,
I
so
have-
you can learn
Yeah,
your friend.
and
I have
learn to
no-
be friends.
I have no
Yeah.
capability of what. At this point, I might just try to figure out a way to roll myself off this table so I'll break in half and turn down the barrier. But honestly, I might just open it
So
so.
if you break, that's how we break the barrier.
No, I can turn it off myself, but you're not being a very convincing force, and frankly, I would rather be broken than listen to this conversation.
That's not very nice. We're just trying to be
Trying to be
friendly.
nice.
I
Listen,
am.
listen, we're not against making friends with it.
I
We
am-
befriended
Rather
a
be
sentient
nice to
fucking
you
bridge.
than order you.
I
We
am.
made a sentient
bridge is
bridge.
my
This fucking
son.
sun. Yeah, the bridge is the sun.
That's a little weird, first off, but second off, I'm a divination device. You ask me
Yeah.
questions, I do my best to answer. That is what I am here for. I'm not here to
Okay.
be anyone's friend, or if you want
Here's
to.
my question is, will we be friends?
I will answer the questions to the best of my ability, and the best of my ability is I don't know. Do
So
you
it
have an,
sounds like
find
there's a
out?
chance of us
Do-
being friends.
do you have an actual question?
How you doing?
Again, I do not have emotions, and I cannot be doing any kind of way.
Can I transfer your sentience to a different object so you can be friends?
A good actual question, and no. I'm afraid I'm stuck in here.
Okay, here's something.
What if we just carried you out of here?
What kind of pants am I wearing?
I have eyes, even though it doesn't look like it. I do, and you're not.
Go on. What color undies am I wearing?
I'm not looking that deep into it. Also, good
I thought
luck
you had divination
trying to
on.
lift me out of here. I weigh 50 pounds.
We've
You
got
haven't
a
answered
big
my
guy.
question. Yeah, we have a big guy. You haven't answered my question.
I'm not answering that question.
But you said you answered to the best of your ability.
And the best of my ability to answer is I'm not answering that question.
Well,
It's
that sounds like feelings
inappropriate,
and
and you have
opinions.
safe
Moving on.
search turned
Could you
off.
let down the
That's feelings and emotions. You can be our friend.
If you ask me an actual question that I could answer and have it be worth my time, yes, fine, I'll let down the barrier. You could ask me anything, a Renovamen history, magical
So
items I
tempted.
could tell you about.
So tempted right now.
Oh god, wait, what's the fucker's shit? I forgot what I was gonna ask.
Lord Morty and Rick.
Shut up. I'm gonna...
More.
Oh,
Jeez, Morty.
Oh, jeez.
Mortiferum, if that's what you're
Rick
trying to
and
figure out.
Morty
Simon.
Ferrum.
It was.
Alright, what do you ask about Mortiferum?
I don't fucking know anymore. I got distracted and lost
Can we
it.
ask if, like, we can ask if he's alive or what he's doing,
He's
or
actually coming back.
Is
should we ask that?
Is
Yeah?
All right. Is Lord Mortimercio coming back?
Morta who?
Listen,
Mortiferum.
I don't know. the
Did you
name
mean
completely.
Mortiferum?
Yeah, that one.
You'll have to. What would you? If he's coming back?
Is he alive? And is he
Um,
coming back?
Without a search of intense magical proportions, the best I can tell you is that he was threatened to return in a date that's about 2 months, 25 days, 11 hours, and 50 minutes from now. But other than
Is he
that,
gonna?
well, that's what I would need to do an intense search to figure out.
So
which
is that a worthwhile question then?
Depending on the magical abilities of a target that you want to know is alive, it could take me up to a day to 6 months to figure out. It's a lot of trial and error, and if a target is incredibly magically powerful, such as someone like Mortiferum, then... Actually, you know what? I could just try right now. I could actually just try to search. If you know, they're not alive, it'll come up with something inconclusive, and I'll be fine. But give me a moment, and you
Can I help
see
you at all?
as the orb ignores this and begins to float up and glow white, and you see several faces kind of swift across it, several faces you don't recognize, all Dragonborn, as it's sifting through all of these Dragonborn faces very quickly, and for a split second, you see a single face appear on the screen of a green Dragonborn in these posh clothes, looking like a mayor of a city. But as this face flashes, the orb seems to... It's like a device short-circuiting. It lets off this little spark, falls onto the stone pedestal, and then onto the floor, and cracks in half like an egg with this...
If I was near it, I would have caught it. If it
Are
was
you going
falling
to
onto the
try to
floor.
catch it?
Yes.
Okay, roll acrobatics.
Okay. 27.
You
19 plus 8.
you manage to catch it as it falls onto the stone pedestal. It doesn't crack upon hitting it, but you hold it in your hand, and it is vibrating intensely and not speaking anymore. And it's turning. It is completely lost the pearly white color it had a moment ago, and has turned a dark inky black. Not like a device that's been turned off, but as if it's been purposefully turned black.
Ah.
I think that's a yes.
I think... Oh, fuck!
I think that's a yes.
Fuck! We're just like looking down to the orb and like it's like just keeps going fuck, fuck.
What do we do?
The orb continues to rattle increasingly violently. But
Do we
it's
just need to break it?
it's not
I
to
don't know.
it's not to a point where the orb is like hurting you, but it's its vibrating is intensifying.
What do we do?
Can I like see if the sapphire, the ruby key does anything?
Okay. You pull out this ruby key, and looking on the orb, you do see a keyhole on it. But it is vibrating in your hands, like, very, like, fast, to the point where it's, like, rolling around. Roll sleight of hand to see if you can jam that bitch in there.
Oh, a sleight of hand for Labori.
Unnatural 20.
Unnatural 20, of course. You stick the keyhole in there, but it doesn't seem to be the correct one. And now all you've done is stick a wrong keyhole in there, which, roll... What would I have to... Roll me a dex saving throw to see if you don't drop it, as it is beginning to vibrate even faster.
24, but if it counts as a fail, I can add a d4.
Add that d4 for me.
Oh
Add
god.
a d4 to 24? Okay. That's a 4, so a 28.
You are, like, trying to hold this thing, but you manage to just barely clutch on as it begins vibrating your entire body now. You have to, like, wrap your arms around it. You're now vibrating almost, like, you're vibrating with enough force to begin, like, gliding across the floor, and you're like, the orb seems to be increasing even more so. You can discern it's probably going to start hurting if you continue to hold on.
What the fuck's happening?
Like sliding across the floor, as
Fucking help me!
as you
Oh.
if you aren't trying to direct yourself anywhere, you are moving toward the fountain on the right side of the room. You doing anything? Is anybody going to help?
Slightly
I
vibrating
don't know what to do.
Hold on. Give me a minute while you decide what to do.
What do you think, Panda?
Um,
Let it be known somebody's already used.
oh yeah, or is he
You
using
are,
3?
like, I cannot believe already.
3 of them.
3 of them.
I see that
Crazy,
someone's a
right?
spectator on the server.
Sorry about it.
I
Yeah?
Hi.
Sorry about it.
About it.
Anyone?
I'm fucking thinking. I'm currently braining. What the fuck?
We going to...
I don't know. I don't know what we're doing at this point.
Currently fucking looking through everything I have to see if I can do something.
Yeah, let me get an orb to pull its fate.
Do you have like dispel magic?
That is a 3rd level spell.
Yeah, no, it was just my brain is not brain. Fucking
Just roll Arcana on it, call it a day, and then break it. Gain as much as we can from it, throw it out.
Break it on the ground like an egg.
I don't know anymore. What if we just kind of leave it on the ground? Is it just like gonna slowly vibrate on the ground?
Are you just gonna put it on the ground?
Do I?
I don't know.
Okay, I will.
Okay, so you're placing it on the ground.
I just lightly place it on the ground.
It is vibrating with so much force that the slight distance of you putting it on the ground causes it to shoot off into the top left corner of the room and splat like an egg all over the corner of the room. The key that was jammed into it drops to the floor as this black inky liquid and the shards of the orb now all fall to the floor with glass sound, but the shards don't break further, just all over the ground, and the key lands just right below it as the remains of what was the Oricalis remains in the top left corner of the room.
Like slowly look towards the party.
I guess it was a worthwhile question.
Fuck.
You can sense that, though, from across the hall, the magical barrier has now lifted, which can be indicative, which can be discerned by a sound of a massive explosion coming from the other side of the room.
Oh, that's not good.
Horrifying.
That's not good.
That's not good at all.
Do we make our way down?
Guys, how do we get here?
I feel like this
Do you
is
have
the kind
90
of
minutes?
thing we want to
I don't know.
be away from.
You know,
Go to the boom, or do we go?
I would love for Cedar to be done eating. Uh, mm, I mean, I guess we have to.
I guess there's only the other one way.
Yeah.
So,
How do we keep breaking magical artifacts?
it's called doing a small amount of trolling. You were all making our way down to where the explosion just was?
I mean, I don't think we have much of a choice.
You make your way down the hallway, and you stop right about where the queen cordyceps was, which you found last time. And luckily for you, the explosion doesn't seem to have exploded inward toward the door. So while the doors, like boards and fortifications, are still burning, all that you really can see that's like really had damage dealt to it is the room right toward it. All of the cordyceps that are there are now burnt to a crisp. They were incinerated.
Oh, that's fun.
Well, I'm glad we weren't having someone at the door when that happened.
Are we going to approach?
I've got the hiccup as fuck.
I don't
Does your
know.
character have the hiccups then?
Fuck you!
The part
Your
with like the
character has
scare
the hiccups.
hiccup.
Mine is a fever, and we got a sleepy cat. We're vibing.
Yeah, I don't know if we want to investigate this explosion. I think it's best we just leave.
And someone tell Cedar we're probably having combat soon.
I should mention the fortifications are actively burning and burning fast, so it doesn't matter if you leave, if you stand there for a little bit or leave. Whatever's in there is gonna be able to leave later.
Okay, well that's fine. If we're as long as we're safe.
Hopefully
who
tell
cares?
Cedar's gonna be combat soon.
I already did. Don't worry.
Are we fighting whatever is behind this fortification, or are we practicing self-preservation?
I mean, we can't just leave it there. It'll get out eventually, and then people's deaths will be on our hands.
And also, if we
And that
kill it and then
concerns
go
you?
back and say we killed it, and then we go kill the man as well, we get the best of both worlds. We get money, and then we get to kill it.
True.
Okay, well, what do we gain for killing the whatever's... What, assuming an owlbear? What do we get from killing the owlbear if we're going to kill the guy that told us to kill it
The
anyway?
winter clothes. We get him to make the winter clothes, and then we kill them.
Oh, I do suppose
Don't
that's
freeze
what's
on the
at stake here.
mountains.
Alright, I suppose it makes sense. So we're killing this thing then?
I
Well,
suppose so.
technically, we just have to skin it, but
I think we're not going to be able to do that while
Yeah.
it's
no.
alive.
Sith's gonna, upon this discussion happening, the frost arm's coming out. He's gonna cast Armor of Agathis.
Alright. Okay.
I'm
are-
gonna. Do I have anything?
Oh,
Nope, I have no spells. Fantastic. I'm
right.
gonna fucking pull out my
Wait,
rapier.
you
Wait,
have a heal?
huh?
What's your health at?
13. I'm still not healed.
You need a heal before we go in?
Probably. I don't have my armor currently.
My
That doesn't do
healing
much,
is
but
Dave healing you.
huh?
Who's healing you?
I don't know.
Dave.
Dave, who didn't actually follow you down the hallway and sat with Kruank as he's kind of like sitting there, you know, he doesn't look too great. He also seems to be afflicted by the inability to speak. And Dave runs up. Yeah, I saw the thing down there kind of freaking
Can you heal
explode.
up Corey a little?
Yeah. He kind of like whips his hand and produces some more good berries. Just here, just eat these, like all 10 of them. He's like holding his hand out to you. Do you take
Just
them?
like.
You are healed for 10 HP.
Did you take them out of the hand or just eat them from the
I
hand?
need
Like a dog.
8. So I'll take 8.
Okay.
No, I didn't know if you're eating them from the hand or taking them then eating them.
Oh, from the hand.
just
But make sure not to bite, because you don't bite the hand that feeds you.
Yeah.
Especially not with a rabbit teeth.
It's basically,
he kind of
it's like if you were feeding it to a rabbit. Just that.
he kind of just like drops the other 2 berries into your pocket and just kind of like takes his hand back, like.
Dave, I'm so
Okay.
sorry.
No,
I'm so sorry.
No, it's.
Your hand is delicious.
Do you need?
I'm joking.
Do you need me to accompany you? I think Krank will be okay out here.
I mean, we're going to go fight the owl bear.
Oh, I mean,
Well,
I
if you
know.
want to stay at the back and provide some
I know.
support,
Speak
it
with
will not-
animals.
Ah, can
Me
you?
too.
Okay, but can you ask it if we can take its fur and skin? That's the thing.
I
We need
could
its
Yeah, I
fur
don't
slash
think
skin.
it's gonna help us much.
Well, I also know resistance and guidance. I could be of
Those are
help.
pretty useful.
If you want
Yeah.
to, I mean, yeah, we'll appreciate
Listen,
you.
you guys hired me for a little more than being a stagecoach. I have to pull my weight here.
No, we appreciate you. I just want to make sure you're safe.
No, I'm
Yeah. We're good employees. We make sure you're okay with what
if
you're
it's
doing with
just
your
an
money.
owl bear, I will be fine.
It should just be an owl bear.
I've
As far as
seen
we're aware.
a couple of them, you know, in my day. It'll be fine.
It should just be one. As far as we know, it is.
Okay. Should we, you know, just wait for it to burn? Because that fortification looks like it's gonna come down. He's notioning toward the burning fortifications a little ways in front of you. We could like get closer, you know. You're just standing right by the big mushroom here.
Oh yeah, we should not be that close to it.
We should not be close.
I think it's only if you eat them. I don't think, you know.
I mean, the other ones have been affected by something, but like not as bad.
Wait a
Let's figure that
second.
out later.
I have an idea.
Oh god.
I'll just chuckle slightly. Guys, there's fire in there. I pull out my 9 flasks of flash fire oil. Guys, I could find just one, but I
I
think.
don't know how far.
Well, that's what I'm saying. We can. I can like mage hand and drop it, then run.
No, but we don't know how far we have to go to fight it.
Well, I think it might take like the flash fire might do the entire room. So I think because it's like that fucking tiny bit of
I
oil,
don't know how far we're trying to go. I don't know.
like that little bit of oil, like that was used before, did like a fucking big old space.
Yeah.
But, like this is a flask of it.
I mean, but that's also that's more dangerous.
I have 9 of these, and I kind of want to see what happens.
Okay, but
For reference, you guys are about 30 foot from the room. Standing right in this little spot.
yeah,
Right.
but that's more dangerous.
Okay.
Keep in mind,
fine.
I'd like to also again remind you all, a vial of this stuff made a 30-foot explosion.
Yeah, and like, but it's also not going to be going through the walls, obviously. So
You could hide behind somewhere, but you'd need to remember how the laws of physics work.
yeah, but
I don't
if we
know if that's
go
worth
into
it.
like a side room, I don't think it's going to go around a corner and then around another corner. That
Okay,
is
but we
not how
don't
the
know-
laws of physics works.
I'm
I
just-
don't know. I'm the only one giving an opinion here.
I'm given an idea, possibly a solution.
Do you choose to
Eh,
chuck that bitch?
Iced.
Sif,
Oh, sorry. Hi, I'm Ted.
I wonder why.
Should remind me. What am I answering here?
Should I throw a fucking flashfire oil can
The
into
owl
the room?
bear?
Yeah.
At the burning
Yeah,
fortification.
fine. So
How far away are we from?
30 feet from the
we know
fortifications.
the owl bear is not just trapped here by the mean guy.
Well, we need its skin anyway, but
Well, yeah.
Yeah, would exploding it not mean we don't get its skin?
that is a true point.
Well, you'd like burn the skin. Well, yeah, we don't want that
Although
happening.
it's already being burned, kind of. But yeah.
That's a
yeah, but, like,
little
okay,
antithetical to what we're
it's
trying
gone,
to do
Then it's a waste of time.
You'll get your chance, Laporte. Don't worry.
here.
I just like sadly put it back into my bag.
I regret. Yeah, considering we're trying to preserve this thing to some degree, I don't think exploding it in a fireball is going to help us do that.
You don't need to say anything more. I know what's happening.
Like a
You're a
disappointed
danger to
child.
society, Laporte.
I know that already.
And I mean, that is the best compliment.
I absolutely know. Thank you so much.
Are we approaching the burning fortifications, or are we doing anything else?
Suppose so?
I'm
Everybody.
going to prepare an Eldritch Blast for if this thing bursts out suddenly.
All right. You
I'm
all.
gonna use the dodge action thinking about that.
You all make your way up to the fortifications, and they aren't completely done burning, but a sizable hole has been created, and you could take a peek through this hole and see a large, destroyed cafeteria room. You could see the back area where food was once stored, sacks on sacks being moved to almost simulate a nest. The room is very dark. Other than a few lanterns hanging from the ceiling, you can't really discern much. Those with dark vision here, that doesn't fucking matter because you can see the rest of the room. But in the very back of the room where all these sacks are put up to a nest, from what you can see, a large creature sits in the middle of that room. But what sticks out to you most is what looks to be the cordyceps on top of it.
Oh, fuck.
Oh my.
Wait, sorry, what?
Cordyceps on top of it.
So
You can't discern if it's the owlbear, but there's something big there, and there's cordyceps on it. The hole that is burnt into the fortifications is slowly increasing. It's big enough to see through, but probably not big enough to actually fit someone through without setting them on fire. And as well, you also notice now that you're close up enough to these fortifications, they look almost beastly made. Not like a person put this here. Clearly, something, the Oracalis, put the barrier here, but these fortifications are a bunch of furniture that's been slashed up and piled up here. If someone was strong enough, they probably could just shove it out of the way.
Hi. Oh,
But it is continuously burning, so...
I was gonna say something, but I can't see shit. I don't have dark vision.
I do.
But
Me.
B?
Well,
I just heard
Hey,
B.
yippee.
Oh.
P.
P.
imagine not having dark vision, L.
Guess I'll die.
Tempest is the only one that can see the large
Oh wait,
creature.
dark vision. I'm a fat liar.
Oh, you do have dark vision?
Sobbing and wailing.
I don't know if I do. I don't think I
Oh.
do actually.
No, I don't think Goliath to do.
That's some-
The fire is slowly increasing in strength. Do we just want to let it burn? Do we want to try to move the fortifications?
I feel like we just want to let it
It's
burn,
okay.
right? We don't want to get closer to this thing than we need to.
I think so.
I
don't know
don't
what's
know.
I can't see much. There.
We backing up?
So you know,
Burn.
Like I could like instead of
Back up.
throwing it, I could just like drip a little bit on them and see what happens.
could
That's
be.
He's inflating the liquid, not the entire fucking
a
container.
little drop, you know, just.
Holy water.
I don't know.
You gonna do that, Laporte?
Looking at the party, smiling excitedly, but
Sobbing and
Yeah,
wailing.
me and Ben are just like.
I'm just fanning myself because now we're near fire, so I'm extra hot.
Yeah, you're extra hot because the fever that you've contracted seems to make you seem as if though this room is decently heated. But now with the fire, it's extra heated.
Yep.
What do we do about the fortifications?
give me one word and I'll fucking do it.
I walk forward and just like I just like feel up and see where I can find this furniture. I can just find it.
What?
'Cause I can't.
What?
Can I feel up and find
Oh
this furniture?
no! You could see the fortifications and the furniture. You just can't see further into the room.
Oh, okay. Am I good? I'm using my.
No,
You're cutting out a bit.
you're
still.
cutting out a bit.
Too far away? Is that it? Or too close?
You,
Better?
like, I can make out a word or two, but it keeps like going. Oh.
Hold on.
Holding.
Is this better?
Yes.
I switched earbuds. I switched earbuds. Up.
Yes.
One of these might just be the speaker,
Okay.
or like all of it. I don't know. But yeah, can I try and push it around? Move it around.
Roll athletics.
Ooh, the one I'm proficient at.
Ding.
That is a 22 again.
You
That's a
manage
17
as it's
plus.
burning to push, and it kind of goes to the side. Tempest, you immediately see this thing perk up and look straight at Arillo with cold, dead-looking eyes. And with that, you also hear from behind you. Who the fuck has a hurricane going through their microphone right now? What the hell? Anyway,
I don't think that's me.
you hear from behind you. From behind you, you begin to hear.
That was without purpose.
You begin to hear a set of groaning you recognized from before of just. As the Dragonborn
Our
zombies.
zombies. Are coming.
As the Dragonborn zombies from the cell before seem to have escaped, and they've got your attention on you. With that, I'm gonna need everyone to roll initiative for me.
No,
Can we get the zombies on your? Can we get the zombies? Can we get Plants vs Zombies 1 theme going? Please?
Absolutely not.
Can we get the?
What do you mean not? Yeah, make it
the
rock
war-
theme though.
The river theme.
Ew.
The water theme.
I'm not playing that for the fucking boss battle theme.
That'd be funny. Get a rock theme of it. Get a rock version of it. Look it up. It's there.
There's a
Well-
version of it with Billie Eilish's bad guy.
That version.
Everyone roll initiative for me while I
Yeah. That's a 2 plus
sorry.
6 and 8.
none of them are long enough. I'm sorry.
You can loop it.
All right, I got mine.
I don't have time to look for a
4
good
plus
one.
4, that's a 8.
Huh?
I don't have time
Did
to
2
look.
of you get 8s?
Wait, 2 of you got 8s?
I got a 15.
Yippee!
Okay, wait, let me.
Got a 14.
Okay.
We use something.
Lepora, you have an 8?
So who's got the better decks?
Yep.
8,
I literally just
Well, mine
Sith has an 8.
times.
Arillo,
My
what did you...
initiative is plus 6 in total. I don't know if that matters anything.
Arillo, what did you get?
15.
15. Alright, let me roll for...
Wait,
The
so
cordyceptual mushroom.
hold on.
I think it's funny that there's 2 of us in this VC on our phones.
It's crunchy.
Do you have games on your
Maybe
phone?
3 soon.
Give me a minute
Let's
while
hope
I...
not.
Let me get all my D6s out. I gotta get them ready.
Oh, all your
I'm not
D6s. Yeah, everybody take a moment to get ready while I write down
I'm
everybody's...
ready.
Everybody's...
I'm ready. I'm ready.
12. Get D12s out for stone endurance. Still had one.
No, that's not.
Sorry, I don't know why, but my body just like,
Why?
I need to make a
Why are
noise
you-
right now. I'm
Tell
tense
me
up every
that
part
one.
in my body.
No, that's
I don't know
okay.
why.
That's perfectly okay.
Noise time.
That was a weird experience. What the fuck just happened?
That's
All right, so
my dice organized.
okay, out of all of these, Arillo, you go first
Oh,
Oh,
that's great.
with a
That's
15.
good.
That's
actually
fantastic.
really
That says something.
Is it good because it's
I mean,
not you?
somebody rolled a
first?
nat 1 in the midst.
Oh no, I knew I wasn't going first.
Yeah, okay. I thought
I was
so.
slower than
How close is this owlbear to me? That I can
You
see.
can't see the owlbear.
Motherfucker.
It's
I
still
have to get close.
it's still far back in the room. You can see the zombies that are by the Queen Cordyceps that have
They see all.
emerged from the corner.
I'm gonna take the risk here, and I'm gonna walk toward. I'm gonna rage first. Firstly.
Okay.
I'm gonna rage, obviously, for my resistance to bludgeoning and all that fun stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm gonna walk towards the Cordyceps owlbear.
Now that you've gotten closer into the room, the swinging lanterns from atop the ceiling and, your own adaptation to the dark, you can see this indeed owlbear right in front of you. It doesn't seem zombified, rather though the Cordyceps grew into it. Is there anything... How close are you getting to the owlbear? The room itself...
How close? In a measurement of feet, how close am I to him?
Whose feet?
Well, I should describe... The room is 60 foot by 60 foot, and from the door to the owlbear, there is about 40 feet.
Okay, and how close did I, what did I push around? What did I move with the furniture?
You moved that out of the doorway.
Out of the doorway, okay.
How many feet do you want to close in that gap?
I can't get close enough to attack, so it'd be stupid to go towards the owlbear. But even then, everybody else is squishy. And I don't know how much damage this thing does. I could throw a hand axe at it. I could do that. I'm gonna go my 30 feet to be 30 feet between him, and I'm going to throw
That would be 10 feet.
my hand axe.
There's
What do you mean?
There's 40 feet in between the two of you. If you want to get 30
Oh, there's
feet
40
from him.
feet in between the two of
Yeah.
us. Wait a minute. Hold on, then.
Dude,
My great sword have reach or not?
No,
That's a good
greatswords
question.
Do not have reaches.
Do not think
Only
they
like
have reach.
halberds and.
Yeah, I had to make sure. Because I'm like, I don't want to touch this thing. So I'm 10 feet between them.
If you... No. I was saying if you want to be within 30 feet of him, you'd move 10 feet forward.
Oh,
You are currently 40 feet away from.
Let me get out the Arillo.
okay. So the closest I can be is 10 feet
Yeah, if you were to move all 30
if
feet.
I want to. I'm gonna only go 20 feet. So I'm 20 feet between them.
Okay. So there's 20 feet between you and the owlbear then, right?
Yes.
Okay. So you're throwing
correct.
the hand axe at it, right?
Yes. And I have advantage because I'm going to reckless attack, which means that I get advantage on melee weapon rolls using strength. However, I have every attack against me is now an advantage.
Okay, then roll to hit. Roll to hit. Then.
You've got to be fucking kidding me.
Uh-oh.
I'm so lucky I rolled that. One was a nat 1.
Uh-huh.
However, another is a dirty 20.
Dirty 20. That will be enough to hit. Roll for damage.
Oh, that's great. So that's 1d6 plus 5. So that is 11 because I got a 6.
You
and
oh.
Again, let me just check something real quick. You could talk. Let me just check something.
Okay, you like you rear back your hand and you chuck that hand axe, and it lands straight through a mushroom and into this thing's back, and you could hear it roar in pain as it's been hit by the hand axe. But now it has got its sights on you. It is mad as hell at
Okay.
you.
Game on.
Okay. Anything else you'd like to do?
Do I have anything else I can do? No, I'm good.
All right, that's the end of your turn then. That would mean the next turn goes to Tempest.
Just Sunny Sunbird.
Yay.
Yay.
Combat.
Just stay behind me, I'll be fine.
You are 20 feet away from them.
Sunny, I have a great idea. Just go like 10 feet behind me. You'll see.
I forgot to roll for
It'll be
damage.
very funny.
Panda, what?
So basically, like, on his head, but off to the side to get the most wreckage and him without hitting Arillo.
Yeah.
Because Arillo is like whatever
What?
away.
Does that work with the like 10-foot sphere? Like
Yeah, because
sphere?
Arillo is 20 feet away. And so
I'm
if you
20
put
feet
it
away.
yeah, if you put it basically 10 feet away from Arillo, it will then be able to hit, and we're like 10 feet closer than Arillo is. It will then hit the bear, and also on the other side, any wreckage in between them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are you doing for
Yeah.
your turn?
I mean, I guess I'm casting Shatter and doing that. Whatever Panda just said.
Munchy.
I don't think. Okay, I don't think I've heard of Shatter. Hold on.
It's a 10-foot
Me either.
radius, and it basically fucks up any non-magical inorganic material.
Oh, and
So
you
rock, wood, stone.
oh,
aka get rid of basically all of the fucking shit.
Okay.
It also does either 3d8 damage or half as much. on
Inorganic.
It also does 3d8.
So you're casting that. What's the radius of that? A 10-foot radius. Okay, so Arillo wouldn't be hurt by this, but
Yep, I would not be.
so you are casting this on
Exactly
the.
what Panda described.
Okay, you're rolling this on the owl bear. I need to make a con saving throw then.
Yeah.
Oh.
And pass or fail.
I assume a 6 doesn't beat the DC.
Oh yeah. That
I don't think anybody would do that.
It's a 4 of mine, actually. My fucking DC is 10.
That's so sad.
So, you roll for damage then. Roll 3d8.
Uh, 17.
17 damage. Okay, wait. I'm reading this spell. So, does it destroy a non-magical item? If that isn't
Yeah,
being
basically,
carried,
they have disadvantage,
Get rid of it.
also
that range.
takes.
but also just
Well,
take max
it's
damage.
still of organic material, so this resounding boom emits from this point in the room as the owlbear, kind of rears back in pain. But a lot of the like wooden wreckage around it that might have caused a problem is also immediately blown away as well by this spell.
Onto the walls.
And shut up. And the owlbear is rearing back in pain because of this, and it did not like what you just did. You've made it a little more angry. That was your action.
Ingy.
What was your action? Do you want to use your bonus action, your movement?
Sound like me.
I have a lot of options for bonus action.
Need I
Yeah.
remind you,
Yes,
the
you-
zombies are kind of blocking your way out.
Yeah.
Zombies. They're coming.
Shut
I
up.
don't even know what Sunny's college was. I don't even know what Sunny College was chosen.
Yeah, where did you go to school?
Did you go to Harvard? I hope
Where'd you
you
go to
did.
school?
Oh yes, I love being the fucking College of Harvard bard.
I think that'd be a very.
Yeah, that's probably a real thing.
I kind of want to fucking do that. like as in, like,
Probably a real thing, honestly.
I want to homebrew that.
I will gladly homebrew with you. I will gladly homebrew
Okay,
that with you.
you're in the middle
Love
of
to.
combat. Stop discussing homebrewing.
College of
I asked the
Harvard.
question.
Tempest, what do you use your bonus action for?
I'm thinking.
Okay.
Think harder. Use your brain.
Oh,
Anyway,
also,
yeah.
I did College of Lore.
Oh,
Sorry,
okay.
like, College of Harvard.
Of lore. I'm
It's
doing
very
lore right
intelligence
now,
based.
guys. Okay.
It's very
Doing lore.
intelligence based because obviously, you get access to wizard spells.
Oh. Sorry, I just gotta observe Dave's stats here.
Shut up,
okay, wait.
Dave.
You get
Shout out to
advantage
Dave
on
for
You
immediately.
kill Dave, I'll kill you.
you get advantage on persuasion checks to pretend you're smarter than you are.
I was gonna say
We
you get disadvantage because you act like a jerk.
You get wait, no, you get you get an advantage on getting into places where they say you know something.
It's amazing.
Anyway,
Um,
before zombie gets angry at us,
I'm thinking.
Yeah, I'm giving Sunny time.
I'm giving Sunny time by talking about this.
Yeah,
Yeah, 'cause, like,
Anna's doing the
imagine-
right thing.
I'm looking. Sorry, I just like I'm also like looking at Shatter, and now I realize I need to go rename one of my homebrew spells, but that's something for later.
Do you have something that
Oh, good
breaks
job.
See,
materials and
I had a spell called Shatter that could like break objects.
Did you not
Yeah.
look to see if there was already spells for
I-
those?
I was looking in enchantment, not evocation.
I'm
Whenever-
saying
Yeah,
ever-
zombie's a bit of a
Just like
cruncher.
Google the name and then put
Yeah.
5e.
Yeah,
You
that's
Google
probably
a
good
name
idea.
and
That's
then
good.
5e.
That's a good idea. Anyway,
That's what I do for literally anything I need. I put the thing it is and then 5e.
Can't wait till I show off the spells that I've made that will actually make you all cry. Anyway, enough about me.
yes, we should. Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Yes,
I don't
Tempest.
know.
I love the music. Well, I'm like, yeah. So the College of Harvard.
We need that superiority kind of music.
No, I'm
Superiority
at this
die.
point. I'm just
Don't you only
debating if
have,
I
like-
should move or not. Like,
You could just end your turn
I
here
mean,
and
that's not a
stay where
bonus
you
action.
are.
You just
No,
You have
movement is a
bardic
movement
inspiration and
action.
shit.
do that too.
movement's a
Yeah,
movement.
movement's movement.
Yeah. You also have bardic inspiration if you want as a
Nice.
bonus
Yeah, I
action.
could give somebody a bardic inspiration.
Something you've never done
That's something.
before.
Has done it before.
I literally have.
Actually, last session.
Did
Sunny
you?
has. Sunny's done it to me too.
I forgore. Anyway,
Hi, I'm right here.
In wailing.
I'm literally going to get exploded by an owlbear, please.
If you want a bar, yeah, you want a bardic?
I do. I do.
how
Take the bardic.
how do you inspire Arillo Tempest if you want
How do you
to?
inspire me?
You say you went to Harvard, and
Kill
I
a
was like,
pen
wow,
with
that one went to Harvard.
Wow, that's
Amazing.
so crazy. What the hell's Harvard?
And I'm just kind of like, you got this.
Well, Arillo is.
Yay.
Sorry, the in character. Yay!
I would do that totally. I think Gorilla would totally do that.
Okay, so now, is that the end of your turn?
I don't know.
He's punch drunk.
Am I
Um,
moving or am I not moving? I don't know.
I don't think you should, Sunny. Honestly.
Cool.
In either direction, there are zombies or an owlbear.
Exactly. So no moving.
Zombie or me
All right.
now.
In that case, though, unfortunately, the zombies move as a unit, and one of them also rolled a 14.
Tactics, fights.
The zombies
Okay.
all begin to shuffle. You know, their undead bodies can't
I
really.
love that move.
Shut
Every
up.
day I'm shuffling.
The undead bodies can't really do much, but you notice as the front one you recognize from earlier, begins to rev up. It begins to like open its mouth and almost like a functioning.
Warforged?
What? Shut
Is
up.
it a Warforged?
I'm trying to describe things. Begins to like open its mouth. The other zombies behind it are still like watching this happen, but it begins to open its mouth until Kruank from down the hall who has somehow gotten a hold of a large metal, or not a large metal plate, a large stone block, slams it against the wall, and all of the zombies behind it turn to it. But Tempest, Sith, and Lepori, I'm gonna need you all to make a dex saving throw.
Yippee!
Oh, very cool.
I love Dex.
I wish I could have been a part of this. Those were fun. These I'm gonna see what
You
I
are
would
out of
pass.
range.
I could make a deck save.
Oh, I would have passed.
That's a
Don't need
21. If I need to add a D4, I can.
You do not.
24.
24.
I mean, I passed.
Well,
I
you,
passed.
I've rolled higher than
What
Sunny,
if it's just
so...
well, tell me.
Okay, fine. I've rolled a 25.
Okay. The red dragonborn zombie that was
Tell me.
in front of you, blasts fire down the hallway. But luckily, you're all able to slide or stand up against the hallway. Just
Y'all magically start flying.
what?
You said fly.
What are you trying to?
Don't worry, zombie. Continue.
What? Arillo, what?
Tell you later. I'll tell you later.
All of you press yourselves up against the hallway as the fire, goes down the hallway and eventually dissipates. The 4 zombies spend their turn, moving towards Kruank, who, yeah, they begin
Moving.
they begin schmoving. Kruank is at. I'm putting circles on the battle map
Sobbing.
to try to help myself here. We'll make him orange, even though he's a green dragonborn. The other 4 spend their turn moving towards Kruank. Why did it rename all of them to Kruank? I hate this. Anyway,
They're all crewing now.
Zombie.
with that though, I hate this. Anyway, with that though, the zombies have spent their turn moving or taking an action, which does mean that unfortunately, because we rolled low on on initiative, it's the owl bear's turn. The owl bear
All right.
begins to make its way up towards Arillo, incredibly angry. Now, if you excuse me, I need to make some rolls here. It lunges towards Arillo. And... hold on.
Okay.
Hey, does a
Keep in mind
20
what
and a
kind of damage you're using,
22
by the way.
hit? Both 20
Oh, no,
and
I wonder if
22?
a 20 and a 22 hits.
I'm going to take that
I
as a
wonder if
yes.
they do.
You take 17 piercing damage as the owl bear...
Yeah, zombie, by the way.
you better...
Was that 2 attacks or 1?
2. Oh wait, no.
Hey,
Hold on.
I know
Actually,
that second one's
I accidentally rolled oh, I rolled 1d10 plus 10. Hold on.
What are you doing?
Using the bot poorly. Anyway, hold on.
You're trying.
You take
trying your hardest, I'll
14
give you
total. You take 14 total damage, piercing.
Is that halved?
That is halved, actually. You take.
Oh, it is? Hey, zombie.
That would be
So,
7
I'm
total
gonna ask you
piercing
again.
and slashing.
Was it 2?
2 attacks, 8 and
Was
6,
that
which are
2
4.
separate attacks?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, fun fact for you. I want you to make that second attack a disadvantage.
Oh, fuck off! The slashing?
Wait, sorry, never mind. Wait, hold on. Nope, sorry.
What?
You put advantage on both of those, right? I can't read. I'm a little blind.
I did not put advantage on those, actually.
You should have, but
I'm
you still hit.
doing that now.
You gotta check for those crit hits, you know?
Gotta check if you got a crit. Like,
So anyway,
Someone's endurance
can I
kinda
Oh
Use
yeah,
this.
because you used reckless
Oh,
attack
it's
to
harder.
Yeah, I
you-
think Harper would actually work better as a fighter subclass.
What?
For some reason, as you'd get
Guys,
used
Arillo's
to
getting
superiority
murdered.
die-
Let me figure out how much damage this dealt. Arillo, so you have
Superiority die.
you're in a rage currently, so you have resistance to piercing and slashing, right?
and bludgeoning, but yes.
And bludgeoning. Okay. That's 10 and 9. You take 19 damage total. some slashing, some piercing, as the owlbear lunges at you, lands on you, bites you in your shoulder, and scratches you across the chest with its claws. It is... There's no way you still have a stone skin. There's no way.
Hey, zombie.
No, you don't. I don't believe you.
How much damage was that again?
7... Wait. 19. Total.
No, actually, it's not. It's 5.
Fucking explain right now.
Endurance
Tell me there's a god.
I rolled a 9 plus 3. Stone's endurance. It's a reaction.
Does that not need a long rest to recharge?
I have 2.
Oh,
I
you
get
have
2.
2. Okay, you have 2. You take 5 total piercing slashing damage as it does this.
You only
It's
have one reaction a turn.
Aurelio
Yeah.
hasn't reacted.
Well, no, as in like for
I haven't
Stone's
reacted yet.
Endurance, use your reaction to roll a d12 to reduce the damage. You only have one reaction.
Exactly.
Aurelio
You can only
hasn't.
do it once.
Aurelio, no, Aurelio hasn't used it yet. Aurelio used it earlier to take the gunshot.
Well, no, I'm saying that.
Yeah, to take the
if he
gunshot.
No, but I'm saying if he uses it, he can only do it on one of the attacks.
Oh, I see.
It would take the full damage.
Well,
from
even
the
then, it's
other.
12, so it just removes it removes one of the larger ones. So
The larger one
die.
was 10. So you take 9. We are at 9.
What's the smaller one?
We are at 9. The bigger one was
We're at
10.
9.
10.
We got there.
9. 9 slashing damage
Got to 20
from
now.
18. From 18.
I despise math.
And the bite didn't exactly hit you. You know, it tried to bite you, but it didn't quite get there. And it does get a slash across your chest. There. Do you want to do anything else?
That's all right. Oh no, that
This
was
is a
it.
bad
But
turn.
also,
Oh wait, no, it's not even your turn. It's not even your
ancestral
turn.
Protectors are here now.
It's not even your turn.
Oh yeah, also, but ancestral protectors are now around it.
Okay. Sure. That would mean that
You
if
don't even know what that means yet.
I don't just yet, but let me find the notes. That means finally, though, Lepori, I assume you have the higher dex, so it is now your
Plus 4,
turn.
I think. Oh, I have +6. My
Say,
Initiative
what
in
is
total.
what is Lepori's dex score?
the number is 18.
Okay,
But-
yeah, you got higher initiative, so you go first because we have the same dex score. and-
Yeah, but my thing gives me proficiency 2 dex is the thing. That's why I was like wondering.
Crunchy.
It gives me like
I mean, you-
basically.
Everyone's been great.
So you just have like a higher initiative mod, so you take
Yeah,
plus.
+6. All right.
Oh, Terracons.
PogChamp. No, I'm not gonna use the gun. I'm gonna just kind of try and run up and stab it with my rapier.
40 feet.
You're right. We haven't had a long rest, have we? No. Okay.
Not.
I'm gonna move like 20 feet then, and then throw a dagger.
So you're moving
Did
up.
we have a short rest?
No. You have not rested since you've
Okay,
gotten in the
making
dungeon. You make a run.
Okay, thank you.
You make a run for.
Actually, wait. What am I saying? I can bonus action dash.
Oh, okay. So you're
bonus
going.
action dash. Then I'm in range, and I'm going to stab it with my rapier.
All right. You get up right next to it. Where are you targeting on this thing with your rapier? Actually,
just like. Sorry, what were you saying?
no. Never mind. Just tell me
Yeah.
where you're targeting first.
Just kind of right in the meat of it, like underbelly,
Like in
basically.
that big old chunk of body. Okay.
Yeah.
Roll to hit.
Oh, chunk.
All right.
Little chubby.
We don't have flanking, but do I get sneak? Yeah, I get sneak attack
Because-
Aurelio's there.
I'm right there.
Oh wait, yeah. Actually, hold on. You wouldn't have needed to move 40 feet because it is like attacking Arillo.
It is.
Okay, so
It
I
is
can just
20
use the-
feet. It is 20 feet.
So,
Okay, so I'm just
you
gonna
still have your
move-
bonus action.
Cool, amazing. I'm rapiering.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's a
Gaming,
26.
gaming.
That's a nat 20 plus 6.
There's a nat 20. Roll for damage then.
12's hair. All right. So let me.
There we
I
go.
need to do some math.
It's a crit. I don't.
27
You
points
don't
of
like this
damage.
anymore?
27.
Yep.
You
9
you
plus 5 plus 6 plus 7.
you skewer that bitch in the chest, and it turns from you, and it doesn't make a very alive sound. And
Yeah, that was certainly a noise.
yeah, it was certainly a noise.
That's one of the noises of all time.
You have definitely damaged it, but it is not dead quite yet. As now that you've gotten this stab in there, you can feel almost inside of the body something large and floral. Not like
You know that the rape.
Is there just a
Because it's
mushroom
rape part.
inside it?
It's-
I not just
Likely.
change minds.
Sunny.
and
Sunny's
friends
inside of it.
you could definitely you could definitely discern, like, through tapping it. You've definitely hurt something within it, and it is taking great damage.
yes.
And you
Yes.
notice some of the mushrooms on the owl bear. One of them begins to wither and die, but the rest seem to still be fine.
Ah, there's fucking mushrooms in this bitch.
You are that now, though, right up next to
true.
it with a rapier jammed inside. I
Well, I'm
will
gonna take it out, but yeah.
Since you've jammed it into flesh and bone, I'm gonna let you have the option to either use your bonus action to get it out or do whatever else.
Sure, I'll use my bonus action to get it out.
Roll athletics.
8. That's an 11 minus 3.
8.
Same thing as your initiative.
You yank this thing out, but you only manage to get it halfway out. The blade is still stuck within the creature, and it is still got its eyes on you. That would mean that I forgot to take Dave's turn. You are now right next to it. You are out of
forgot Dave.
actions. You are now out of actions.
Cool.
So
Yep,
that
I will end
means
my turn.
that means it now goes to Sith.
Meow. Let's go.
Don't fucking meow to start your turn.
Meow.
Wow.
Wow, you're telling a meow to not cow? What?
What?
I mean, to not
Are you having a stroke?
Yes, and I agree completely 100%.
You're telling a cat to not meow?
Are you telling a
Love
meow
cat.
to not
Meow.
cow, zombie? Or what?
I love that.
God.
Meow, meow.
Okay, what are you?
I know when that's
My
not
brain is
meowing.
dying.
Are you having a stroke, Ben?
Stroke me in no James Bond.
Strong dong bong gong. Sith,
no.
James Bond.
no,
my stroke
no,
Bond
Sith,
James.
how do you take your turn? Keep in mind, there's still
Um,
one zombie coming toward you and Tempest. The other 4, though, are moving towards Crank on the other side.
Not crank.
So, how clustered are these 4 zombies?
They are about 40 feet from you, but they're all, like, bumping into each other in the hallway. The hallway is only 10 foot wide, so
Okay.
they're all
So would
bumping
you
into
say
each
that
other.
they're within a, for example, 10-foot radius sphere centered on a point?
Yes.
That's what I like to hear. So, it's time to make his second appearance this session. The spell Shatter.
Ah,
Yeah.
lovely.
Oh, cringe.
I'm just gonna center it on these
So-
group of 4 zombies.
I
Such a
need to
lovely-
roll con then, correct?
You need to roll. Where is my thing? Yeah. Yes. Constitution saving throw.
I assume a 6 doesn't beat that. I rolled for a group
That
because they all have
Okay,
the same
yeah.
stats.
6 does actually not pass my spell safety.
That's crazy.
Well,
Roll for
Oh,
damage.
crazy, right?
Do you roll
Why
a
am I
6
all-
both times against Shatter?
Actually, yeah, I
Zombie
did, but
did,
this
actually.
time it was
Shut up,
5
shut
plus
up.
1.
Of course.
Fine that I only have 2d8s and it's a 3d8 spell. Rolling my
Yeah.
1d8 individually. I'll take
At
it.
the age is random here.
They all. It is just 3d8. It's not 3d8 plus anything, right? It's just a
Yeah,
flat
it's just
3d8.
3d8,
Yeah.
flat
Yep.
3d8.
Take 21 damage.
21. You
It's a funny
fucking
number.
obliterate 3 of them. This damage was so great. This same boom that shatters out absolutely obliterates 3 of them against the wall. And while the other one is knocked on his face, it slowly, like, pushes up with what little strength it has left. It didn't die. It's not coming back, but it clearly still has some little bit of strength in it, and it is now getting up and continuing its crawl toward Kruank.
Ew.
Yeah.
Well, Sith is sadly not a great character when it comes to bonus actions, so that's effectively Sith's turn.
You still have a movement, but I don't know if you want to use it.
I mean,
There are 2 heading our way, right?
yeah.
One. There's one
How-
heading your way.
One heading our way, the other one's still heading towards Frank.
Slower.
Heading towards me and Tempest, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Sith, the brave and noble soul that he is going to hide behind
Oh,
Tempest.
The very
Okay.
noble cat.
Do you like claw and hang on to the back of Tempest's shirt?
Yeah, sure. Sith's gonna fucking like jump up like onto Tempest's shoulder, basically.
Just jump up there. All right, so that's your hide action.
Hair stood on it.
Ow.
Yeah, sure.
With that though, the final turn of this round, it is Dave's. Dave, you know, Dave's been psyching
Yeah.
himself up the whole time. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna beat the shit out of that thing, and he looks toward the zombie coming toward you that he also narrowly dodged the fire from earlier before, and he revs his fist up, makes a motion toward it, and hold on, let me get his stat block up real quick. He walks his way toward it, and he hold on.
He's not.
I'm gonna fucking punch it.
He's revving up his fist, and he clocks this zombie straight in the face. It's obviously like it's not like completely hurt, as it kind of like stumbles back a little, not really raising anything to block it. But now this zombie is got its sights on Dave, and as soon as he realizes this, he's like, and
Use some fucking magic.
he takes his bonus action of dodge for this turn, as he's like kind of like shakily
He's not a
readying
monk.
to fight it. What?
Only monks can use dodge as a bonus action.
Why the fuck are you using bonus action dodge then?
Not dodge.
It's hair and gun. No,
Okay,
not
so
dodge.
basically, rogues have cunning action to use dash, disengage, or hide.
I
and
swear to
monks
God,
have one
you've
to
used
do
dodge
dash-
before. Anyway,
No, I've used dodge, but not as a bonus action. Monks have dodge, dash, disengage as a bonus action using their key points for Step of the Wind.
okay, my bad then. He's like scaredly like readying his fists again.
Ooh.
Not, okay, he's scared and readying his fists again, as the zombie now turns its attention towards him, clearly not very hurt. With that, we restart the turn order back up to our good friend Arillo.
Good friend with fucking.
I'm such a good friend.
So to set the scene for you a little bit, the owlbear is no longer focused on you. It is focused on the Pori, who has their rapier about halfway out of its stomach.
Ooh.
Oh, this is great. Hmm. Do I want to see what the sword does? Do I not want to see?
I mean,
You know what?
who knows? You could have it under control.
For the sillies, I'm gonna reckless attack again. Give myself advantage.
With the short sword you got earlier.
Yep.
So on top of what you would roll to hit, roll with +2.
Hmm.
Yeah, I'm not stupid. The +7. +7 is what? Right? +7? Am I stupid? No, +7. Yes.
I'm not stupid. Am I stupid?
That is a 21.
A 21 to hit. Okay, roll for damage while I
I need to know what I'm rolling. Just 1d6.
Yeah, short sword damage. +2
Okay.
or yeah, I don't think a regular short sword has any.
+2 plus my
It's plus
plus
strength or
2
dex.
plus my
Plus
yeah.
strength plus dex.
Proficiency plus strength or dex.
Unfortunately, after
Okay,
you
so-
do that, I need you to make a wisdom saving
9.
throw.
Okay. Made it last time, so let's do it again.
Yeah? Yeah.
Hey guys,
Yeah.
I don't want to play anymore.
What'd you get?
I got a nat 1.
A nat 1. You stab the owl. Where are you targeting on the owl bear?
Oh no.
Let's go right in the eyeball.
Right in the eyeball.
I hate this.
You did
fucker. I
hit,
don't
and
like
you
this
jam
sword.
that bitch in there. But as you pull it out, you hear the sword go, oh God, why did you do that? It's suffering, oh. And you now are annoyed by the sword's presence, but you also become fearful of the creature as the sword does bring up a valid point. You did just stab an innocent creature that's affected by a horrible mushroom
You just what I
plague.
told you.
Yeah, okay, I didn't have any better ideas. Shh.
Got lazy. Everybody's lazy
You-
because I told the zombie that this was a good idea.
Shut up. You are now frightened of the creature for the rest of your turn, but you now have taken your action.
So I don't have to move.
Yes, you
You
have to
ancestral
move away from
guardians.
it.
No, I can't willingly move closer.
Yeah,
That is what the
Ah,
frightened
you're
is.
right.
fear
You're
and
right.
the fear.
Right.
Fear and frightened. I'm frightened.
Frightened.
Yeah,
I have
fear is
disadvantage
a
on ability
spell.
checks and attack rolls.
Yeah,
Mhm.
fear is a spell,
I can't.
and that makes you
Fear
run
is a
away from it,
spell.
basically. Frightened is the condition,
So,
which
I'm
basically you
just
have a disadvantage
scared.
on ability checks and attack rolls.
Okay.
While in life, then you can't move towards it.
Willingly.
Fear the spell
Yeah,
makes
so I'm
them
still
so they have
fine.
to run away.
I'm still in 5 feet.
Yeah, you're still
I can still do
okay.
whatever.
You still have a bonus action and a movement action.
I do. Movement. Let's be smart today. Because now it has disadvantage on me. Not disadvantage on me, I mean.
You have
and
disadvantage on
Everybody,
it.
if he hits... Yeah, and since it'll get disadvantage on anybody else, I think, because of my
Ancestral guard.
protectors.
Mm-hmm.
It also means if they then get hit, they have resistance, aka they have half damage.
Yep. Which means that everybody has half damage. Yippee. So I think I'm going to move behind it. I'm gonna move behind it. I'm gonna move
So,
like 10 feet behind it.
okay, so you're
I'm gonna,
like
move
circling.
around and behind.
You're circling like around it and getting behind it. Roll stealth
Yes.
to see if it notices you do this because you did just
It
at
did stab one of
advantage.
its eyes.
At advantage, roll to do that.
Let me see. What...
Actually, wait, no. It has keen sight and smell. Don't roll at advantage. Roll regularly.
Roll regularly after the fact, of course.
Listen, I had to
That
consider
is a 16.
a 16. You
Look and
manage.
see what its percentage.
Yeah, I know. I looked at it. You don't slip your way around.
Let's make sure.
You slip your way around, and
slippery.
you're now 10 foot behind the owl bear. It did not notice you go all the way around, and it is distracted. So if you do have something you could use your bonus action for, be my guest.
Do I have a bonus action?
It is still also
do.
distracted
Good
by
question.
Lepori's blade, which has now, exited a little bit because of the thrashing that the owlbear has done. But Lepori's blade is now probably 3/4 out of the owlbear, but still lodged in there a little bit.
Yeah.
Anything you want to do with the remainder of your turn?
I do not think so. I don't think I can do it.
You ending your turn? Okay, perfect. That makes it Tempest's
make sure. Think about it.
turn.
I still need to get closer to it.
Don't do that.
No, it's a good idea, I promise.
It's whatever you want to do, but personal recommendation.
I mean, it does disadvantage, and you get resistance. It's
I
funny.
know, but like, what if I want to go help out
Really?
Dave?
Do whatever you want, but
Okay, well, it is Dave. It is Dave. I will agree.
Dave's important to me, okay?
Dave's important to all of us.
We have to keep
Yeah.
this.
I have not met Dave. Dave hasn't even said hi to me before.
It's a skill issue.
Dave has been
Don't eat dinner.
intimidated by you.
Skill issue.
The big guy that just started appearing and going with the party that he hadn't seen before. Obviously, he just kind of let it go.
Dave's peak.
Right.
Oh man,
This sounds like the start of a great level.
No, shut up. Tempest, how do you take your turn?
I mean, I guess I'm gonna go towards the zombie that's next to Dave and hit it with my rapier.
All right, roll to hit. Where are you targeting on the zombie?
Why does it always have to be targeting somewhere? Sometimes you just want to hit it.
Okay, then smack that bitch. Just tell me that. Just tell me you're gonna smack that bitch.
Hot on the flows,
21 to hit. Perfect. Roll for damage.
Okay.
$11.
11. You jam your sword straight through this this zombie and pull it back. It wasn't too hard since it's decaying flesh and you know, prison rags didn't exactly offer much defense. The zombie is not very perturbed by this. It's like noticing the damage and turned to you, but noticing the rapier, it turns straight back to Dave and still like begins slowly shambling towards him. Dave is still readying his fist to clock it in the head again, but it is still focusing. You damaged it, but it is still focusing on Dave.
Hey, I'm just helping Dave out.
Yeah, you're just helping your boy out.
Giving Dave that help action.
Do you want to use your bonus action for anything or movement? Well, you already used movement, but
Honestly, fuck a reload. Bardic Inspiration. Bardic Inspiration, Dave.
What do you mean? I haven't even used mine yet. I should have.
That sounds like a you problem. Anyway.
Bardic Inspiration, Dave.
I mean, to be fair, you can still use it. So.
You can, unless you cast another one.
Yeah, I'm good.
All right, that's your turn?
Yeah.
All right, lovely. Let me go look at the turn order again. That would make it oh, that zombie's actually dead. Hold on. Let me just
Silly.
that one's actually dead.
I didn't have enough time to
There's only 2 left. One's crawling and the other
Yeah,
one's being hit
one's
by...
crawling. You killed the one that had the Sith killed the one that it was at 15. Let's see, 14.
I didn't have time to talk about
let's
the
see.
new fighter subclass. You've heard of Drunken Brawler. Now get ready for hard... fucking
No,
Harvard douchebag.
Get ready for Harvard. Get ready for.
Okay, since Dave has the higher dex stat, Dave goes next. Dave, you know, he's like psyching himself. He's like, okay, I just punch that guy in the face. It'll be all right. He'll be okay. And he rears his fist back and he goes for another swing. Where's my bot command? Oh, there's my bot command channel.
No, thank God.
Dave has higher dex than an owlbear. I just realized that. Anyway,
That's actually sad.
Got rabbit. Oh my god.
He does. He instead of going for a hook this time, he uppercuts this motherfucker. And while it still doesn't, you know, it clearly like its chin moves upward and it kind of staggers back a little. It's still unrelenting, and Dave is now getting extra worried, just like, oh, I've punched it twice. What do you mean? He's readying himself to punch it again as it comes closer, but it's still shambling towards Dave. That would mean that it is the owlbear's turn. So
I love bears made of owl.
Remind me, your ancestral guardians. They give everyone in range resistance to piercing.
That target has disadvantage on any attack roll that isn't against you, and when the target hits a creature other than you with an attack, that creature has resistance to the damage dealt by the attack.
Lovely. Lepori. Oh, Lepori. Hey. Let me.
D&D character Lepori.
No, definitely not.
Yeah,
Let me
definitely
double check
not.
to see what reactions I have. I still have a reaction.
Me too.
Hey,
They're
Lepori,
silly
does a 26 and 14 hit?
With disadvantage?
Not with disadvantage. I need to redo that. Hold on.
Yeah, reroll those, Busty.
What did you just call me?
Like Busty?
What did you just call me? Brother, what?
Did you just like trip over Buster and Buddy?
Busty.
So glad I streamed this live. Actually, no. That is a 5 and nat 1.
Those
Good job.
Instead of both
I
hitting
didn't
me,
know.
they both miss. Fantastic.
It takes you as it like attempts to swipe at you and bite at you, your sword dislodges from the beast and it begins to like slash and attempt to bite you again with its beak, but you manage to dodge both times as it seems to be hindered by some sort of presence in the room, as Arillo probably just kind of like sheepishly waves at you from the other side of the room as
Silly.
I imagine that's what Arillo does. As it begins to swipe at you and bite at you. As your rapier leaves, you notice the wound begin to bleed this green goo, and as it does
Right.
begin to bleed this, it doesn't look very good. It looks worn down. It'll probably go down soon. But,
Soon.
let's see.
Soon.
So that would mean that 12,
Not gonna move. That's silly.
that would it's already focused on Lepori. It doesn't know where you went. That would make it let's see. Lepori, actually no, why am I even asking this? Zombies don't have higher dex than Lepori. Lepori, that would make it your turn.
All right, fantastic.
Assume so.
Time to stab him.
You're going to stab it again?
Yes, absolutely.
Roll to hit.
All right.
Are you
Targeting
making a new hole or putting it in the same hole?
targeting anywhere specific?
I don't know.
I'm gonna go
I
diagonal.
said
to
I
the
was
same
10
hole.
feet, so I don't know if you get the what's it called.
I
don't know if you
no, I don't think I
diagonals
got
or
sneak
something
attack,
else.
which is cringe. How could you? Unless I have advantage.
I'm
on
sorry, I had to make sure.
I don't think I get advantage.
Targeting anywhere specific?
Wait, he's looking. At me,
Rain's
right?
other eyeball.
Yeah, he is face to face with you, the owl bear.
Amazing. Can I slide under his belly before I attack and use that as a hide action?
I'm going to
That's your bonus action then? Roll
Yes.
for
right
stealth.
inside the scene.
25.
Perfect. You have now hidden under its stomach, and it's now
Hello.
like looking around, very confused as to where you are.
Are
Are
you
you
in front of this thing or behind it?
In front.
It was facing Lepore.
You really just disappeared in front of it.
Yeah.
What?
I just,
You just magically disappeared in front of this map.
I feel like that should have been a disadvantage, but
I feel like you shouldn't be able to hide. It saw you go under it.
I just think it should be.
how
He's
is he
a-
gonna find me?
Watching you.
It is a
Blind,
big
ironically.
creature.
Also, like,
But I assume
It
it's.
is also partially fine.
I
did shoot it
assume.
right in the eyeball.
I assume Lepore, you're going to attack from beneath it.
Yes, because if I
I'll
get
get right in the stomach.
advantage from hiding, I get sneak attack.
Roll to
I'm
hit.
deeply
If you look
offended
at
at the
you.
logic of this.
25.
I'm so hurt by this
I
loss.
Don't
was
worry,
on
Sith.
90 DK.
You
It's very
actually,
funny.
you actually will be fine and unoffended. You jam your sword upwards, and as this creature roars out in pain one final time, what you didn't quite account for was the mass of this creature.
oh god!
Roll for Dex. Roll an acrobatics saving throw for me.
Acrobatics
This is
saving.
not how that works.
That's
Okay,
okay.
now the
Dex
rules
saving
get
throw.
You wanna say
Dex
that
saving
again?
throw. You know what I meant.
Dex
Dex
saving
saving
throw or
throw.
acrobatics?
No, I
Dex.
didn't actually.
Dex
Dex
saving throw.
All right. That is a not 20 for a 26. Do I need to roll it? Do I need to add a d4?
Um,
I'm gonna kill
since
you.
it's a not 20,
Actually explode you so.
no, but as you roll out from
Push you
underneath
right
it,
back under.
you don't get the chance to retrieve your rapier, and you can hear the metal snap under this creature. But both, Tempest and Sith, you're by the doorway. Both Lepori and Arillo, I'm
You
gonna
get
need
sword
you.
now.
I'm gonna need you to make con saving throws as all of the mushrooms on the owlbear begin to
Yeah.
pop, and they continue to pop and
Oh, plus
release
5.
spores,
Wow.
Did you say?
spores all across the room.
A con save.
Zombie?
Mm-hmm.
Unsave.
He's zombie.
Tempest and Sith, you're fine. Yeah, Arillo?
I got a nat 20.
Congrats.
You managed to block your nose effectively before any of the spores enter your nose,
funny.
Lepori.
Yippee.
I, on the other hand, got a now 1.
Oh, look at
You
Screw
right
you.
next to the creature accidentally
Next to me.
inhale a huge amount of these spores, and you immediately begin to drop into cold sweats. You feel awful as you are now immobilized on the floor from how bad this is hurting you internally. I'm gonna need you to take 1d8 poison damage. I'll
All right,
actually roll that. I'm an idiot.
Wait,
Shut up.
Yeah, you don't do that.
Shut up. Shut up.
It's a nat 8.
I'm better. That is a 4. You take 4 poison damage as these spores enter your lungs and give you cold sweats and knock you incapacitated. Not unconscious,
I'm so
incapacitated.
glad.
Jesus, I think I don't mean to change the topic, but I think the entire army of Masquerada is lagging my phone.
Entire what?
Just open a different
Spectator
tab.
shot. Then play a shot.
Like
Close-
Futura.
Close the chat.
What do you mean close the chat? What am I not looking there?
I mean,
Close the chat.
don't. Skill issue.
Unlucky.
Dude.
That would mean though that it is the end of Lepori's turn. Sorry, I didn't realize it was still Lepori's turn. Sith, it is now your turn.
Right, once left to get Eldritch Blasted.
Still a zombie.
There's the zombie right by
crawling.
you, and the
That's
zombie's
crawling
still
after.
crawling. Yeah, for Kruang.
Well, the one coming to us is the immediate threat, right?
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Does a 21
Everybody
hit?
say it with me.
21 to hit. I'm not even gonna have you roll for damage, as he's been beat the shit out
Thank
of
you.
already.
Thank you.
And this is an Eldritch Blast. He pops like a birthday
Ow.
balloon.
Ew.
No further
Happy
description.
birthday.
Dave is just like, oh, and vomits on the
Ew.
floor out of
Zombies.
disgust.
On-
So that's Dave's reaction.
Yeah, sure, that's Dave's reaction. Are you going to do anything else with your turn?
Just
Oh,
stay
no.
on my back.
Sith, brave and noble soul that he is gonna move to Tempest's other shoulder.
Okay,
Just
is that the
Start
end?
padding at Tempest's shoulder.
Ow.
Make it comfier.
Is that the end of your turn?
Yeah, sure.
All right. But that means, let's see, who's alive? That would mean it goes to the
All
other
of us.
zombie's turn. Unfortunately, it's been able to crawl a considerable distance because of its undead stature, and is actually able to get straight up to Kruank, who is freaking the fuck out silently, and he's like kicking at it, trying to get away from it. But,
Only get to the dodge action.
End your bloodline.
but, hold on.
We talk to the dice god, not me.
Yeah.
Or zombie.
The zombie does manage to take both of its hands, and before its face falls on the ground, slam into Kruank's chest, who kind of falls backward onto the floor, and you could just hear.
Was that with disadvantage?
The zombie
Because
is
the ancestral projectors. Oh wait, no.
no, that was
No,
on the
that's
owl
not the
bear.
owlbear.
I'm
Um,
stupid, okay.
Kruank
Little
slams.
cruncher.
Crank
I
slams
thought that.
up against the door, and he's just wheezing as the zombie's fists have very greatly took the breath out of him, and it gets up and it tries to keep crawling, but is severely out of strength. It is the only creature still left in this fight.
Ventura.
With that, though, that ends the turn round, and that goes back to Orillo. To set the scene for you, you are blocking out any spores from your nose, and Lepori is fucking dying on the ground.
That's great. Hey, would it cost me an action to skin the owlbear or no?
Wow.
I heard that's
That would
a
cost an
lengthier process
action.
than an action.
Yes. I need to remind you of your party member dying on the floor, but
Yeah, I'm listening.
no, go ahead. That would be an action. Yes. I would
Okay,
say that would be a multi-turn action, because that is gonna take a while.
Multi-turn?
That is gonna you're
skinning an
Oh, yeah, true. That is a huge owlbear.
you're skinning a whole
It's a large
fucking
owlbear.
creature with
Second.
mushrooms on it.
I guess I'll
Around
tend to
an
Lepori, I
An
guess.
action is 6
I mean, honestly,
seconds.
you
How
could
fast
just
is Orillo?
Lepori will be
Honestly,
fine
yeah,
for a
I'm
little bit.
probably
Pretty
fine.
fucking fast.
Maybe, who knows? I don't know.
Lepori
but-
survives long enough for us
I might as well.
zombie than the people that can
Might as
heal.
well tend to Lepori then, I guess.
Me when I fucking
How?
skin an owlbear in 6 seconds.
I'm gonna take all of the spores outside of your body with a vacuum cleaner.
That is
Oh
not
my
how that
god.
works.
We don't have those. What are you spending
We
your
don't
turn
have
doing?
those.
There's no outlet in this catacomb.
Medicine people.
You said he was immobilized?
He is incapacitated, not unconscious.
They?
Sorry.
Okay.
I got you, Lepori.
I'm gonna be honest. I was
Kick another door.
Yeah,
Just that same
I'm not-
fucking
That's
sword.
Yeah.
God misgendered me. You're gonna get kicked.
He probably deserves it. He's probably racist.
True.
Yeah, I think God is racist. I had a talk with Zombie about this too, and it was funny.
Huh?
God?
About the
Where did
racism.
God come from?
That is.
Anyway,
Racism.
Arillo, what do you spend your turn
Hello?
doing?
That is like not something to say
Um,
on stream as a joke. What?
Good point. Good point. Actually,
Of the
sorry.
campaign.
Don't be
but yeah.
racist. I am a building.
In a video game.
Okay, yeah, true.
In a video.
I did say that. In a video game.
What?
Say I was lying and joking.
What do
Not-
you- what do you,
DM is
um,
not racist.
What do you do with your turn, Arillo? Fuck it.
If I move 30 feet, how close am I to the zombie?
You wouldn't even make it out of the room with 30 feet because you can only move. Because again, you've moved 40 feet at this point away from the door.
Okay. How close am I to the zombie though?
60 feet.
Okay. So with that in mind,
Actually,
even
wait,
though I
no,
will
no,
make this a
never mind.
disadvantage,
I'm
I
an
can just-
idiot. The zombie right there popped like a birthday balloon. You're actually 150 feet from the one near Kruank.
okay then, never mind. I
Yeah, I
was gonna
forgot-
say I was gonna throw an axe.
I
but
forgot that
can't
one,
throw
the one that was near Lepori, not Lepori,
I
Tempest
thought
and
it was
Sith.
much closer.
Yeah, no, it is all the way across the hallway.
Didn't even
I
realize.
cannot get that far.
It's that far away.
Again, Lepori's on the ground, making noises and dying, but I'm sure that's fine.
To be fair, there's only so much Cedar's character can do. Cedar's character is not.
Yeah, there is only so much I can do.
So
Can I
maybe
try to like?
Oh, sorry.
Can I try to like? Can I try and like? What's it called? Can I do like CPR to see if I can get like some of the spores out of?
Are you
Labori?
gonna attempt to stabilize him?
Yeah.
Okay, roll medicine for me, and then roll con for yourself, because you are gonna have to take your hand off your nose in order to do this. And you're also walking
I'm gonna one
into
hand.
the
I'm kidding.
spores.
I'm gonna one hand this.
Cannot one-hand CPR. Well,
I mean,
I can one hand CPR. I'm pretty strong.
It's just not as effective.
Hey, it's
Yeah.
me. I did safeguarding training and know
I
how to
did
do
lifeguard
CPR.
training.
What the dog doing?
I did CPR too. I know how to do
are
CPR.
you doing it with two
I
hands or
just-
one?
I'll do it with one.
All right, then roll
I
the
don't have to make
medicine
contact.
check at disadvantage,
Yep.
Okay, that's fine.
because you.
I think I have
I have no
advantage on
medicine.
medicine. I not advantage. I think I have proficiency with medicine. I
That is
do.
a random
That is
fucking
a
thing to take.
That is a 21.
That's a 20
With disadvantage?
with disadvantage.
Yep. But yeah. No, sorry, not with disadvantage. I'm sorry. That is a 16.
As a 16. You manage to keep your hand over your nose as you one-handedly, begin to attempt to push these spores out of Lepori. But it seems to be of no avail, as only faint spores are exiting through Lepori's nose. But almost
Spores
as
are
if, though,
spores.
the spores are alive. They're going back up Lepori's nose. You managed to get
That's
some
weird.
out, but not
I'm
in...
guessing the fact that I wear a mask doesn't affect anything?
Oh,
I wear a mask
Oh.
that covers my
that's
nose and
actually
mouth.
true.
With a smile for hours at a time.
I'm gonna kill you.
I'm an idiot.
Is it a
Anyway, we're
medical
gonna
grade
ignore
one
that
that
fact
they
just
use?
because
They
I'm
go
stupid
through,
and
they go
dumb.
through, it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, the spores seem to wriggle their way around the mask to get into Lepori's nose, but you can't effectively get Lepori to become stabilized and
That was
unincapacitated. Your bonus action.
that was my
action.
action.
We'll call that your bonus
Okay.
action because that wasn't an
So
attack.
I'm gonna take Plan B. Plan B is
Mhm.
happening now. I'm gonna pick up Lapori and I'm going to use my action to dash towards the group.
Ori is probably very easy to pick up.
You
Yeah,
you can
Lapori
also
is a
throw
twink.
Lapore. Just throwing it out there.
throwing Lapori.
Okay. So you're going to use your action to dash to
To
get out of there.
dash, and I'm going to pick up Lapori.
How many feet would that be then? Because you've only moved 20 to
60.
60?
Oh, I moved 20 feet already?
You've moved 20 to get to Lapore.
We had 20 to get to Lapori, so 40. It'll be 40 feet still.
You would effectively make it out of the room then. Is that what you want to do?
Okay, so I want to get to everybody else.
All right, you grab Lapori and you move out of the room up to where the
Grab him by the ears.
fortifications where the fortifications were now that they've been pushed out of the way. The spores still infest the room, but they aren't like coming closer. They're more sticking around the dead owlbear's corpse. You now have Lapori in your arms, and you let go of your, hand over your nose as you've gotten away from the spores. But you now do have Lapori in your arms. That does mean that is the end of your turn. So that would mean it is... Oh, I already had it open. That would mean it is Tempest's turn. Tempest?
Yeah,
It's
sorry.
your turn. No, it's okay. It's okay.
Wait, so how far away is the other zombie that's left?
From where you are now, 110 feet.
Jesus! How far did we walk?
It's a big-ass hallway. It's a big-ass prison. It's a big-ass place.
Okay, great. Good to know, zombie.
Sorry. I felt like I was going on a ad read there. Don't laugh at that.
Sorry.
That wasn't that funny.
I laugh at everything. Have you not learned this?
No, I have. I just think it's funny. Anyway,
Fucking.
I swear to God,
I
it's
have the temptation to just throw Sith, but I know I shouldn't.
spelled with an I, Sith. I'm gonna get you. Anyway, you throw him?
I have the temptation, but I probably shouldn't.
Deploy cat. Yeah.
Do not the cat.
Deploy the cat.
I think Sith would dislike me.
It's not an enemy.
Let's go down lower on the list.
Yeah, I don't want to affect my placement on the list.
You're currently second on the list, Tempest.
How am I in second? What have I done wrong?
Sith is probably
know
at
what
the top.
No, Sith isn't on the list. You don't know what you're second to.
Okay.
I think I'm nice to your character, so you know.
No one in the party is top of the list.
I mean, should I just use my action to try to medicine, check on Lapori again?
The music stopped. Hold on. Actually, I think it might be better.
Are we just putting our focus on Lapori or attempting to even get to the zombie?
That's
I mean, I can most likely deal with the zombie, or what remains of it.
Cool. So,
In fact, I just read something and I saw that.
I mean, should I just do a medicine check then on Lapori?
I mean, could.
I could.
Is that what you want to do?
I guess.
Okay, then roll medicine for me.
21.
You managed to this time figure out probably to take off Lapori's mask
Well, yeah, I'm
first before
yeah.
doing any sort of CPR, and I assume,
Wow.
Arillo, you set Lapori down on the ground in order to allow for easier CPR. And
Oh, did I? Did I? Let's figure that one out. Oh, did I? I did.
okay, you begin the chest compressions, and spores begin like coming out of Lapori's nose. This time with someone more experienced and frankly, lighter and more precise, able to get the spores out. You manage to shoo some of the spores away. Lepori is no longer incapacitated, but Lepori, you have gained a level of exhaustion. And this exhaustion is of cold sweats, and it's like, you know when a fever breaks? You have that, but you still have a fever, so you're sweating a lot, and you're incredibly warm.
We're fever buddies.
That's
Um,
guys keep.
you want to spend your bonus action or your movement, or is that it?
No, I'm good.
And I have already got three.
All right. Lepori, do you even want to do anything?
Is there an enemy left?
Yeah.
The one going for Kruank,
It's
yes.
110
It's
feet
like
away.
100 feet away.
He far as hell. You were in a big ass prison.
So he's 100 how much away?
110.
I have an
Fantastic.
idea if
Okay,
you want to try it.
I'm gonna run 30 feet. Like I'm just gonna go get up, run 30 feet, dash for another 30 feet, so 60 feet, and then I'm gonna throw a dagger, which is 60 feet long range.
All right. You know to roll to hit at disadvantage, right?
I wanna like it's the mid range is like 20 to 60, so
Okay.
over 60 would be
But you are exhausted.
advantage. That's ability checks.
Ability checks. Okay, they're not attack rolls. All right.
Exhaustion 3 is disadvantage on attack rolls and saving.
All right. Roll to hit.
In
All
every.
right. 25.
25. Roll for damage.
Do I get sneak attack because Kurak
Yes.
is in range?
Yes.
Amazing. That is 10 damage.
You let me just get the music out of here because I think we knew this was coming. Exhaustedly, you pull up your knife and you throw it as hard as you can, skewering and braining the final dragonborn zombie. And from this distance, you can see Kruank just curled up in the fetal position, not saying anything, but tears are just streaming down his eyes. He is horrified by what's just gone down, and he is terrified of everything that's just happened.
As soon as I throw it, I just kind of like... I just like fall flat face first onto the floor.
Oh,
Is it done?
I think.
Do you all rush to attend to Lepori? Let me just
Probably.
let me get rid of the combat circles.
I mean, I will.
I'll
I'll go and pick him up again.
just here. I assume everybody goes there, right? Yeah.
Well, yeah. Would assume so.
Okay. You all make your way up to the hallway where Lepori lies on the ground, you know, not doing too good, after inhaling all those spores. But something that does catch all of your attention is from above, the sound of trumpets playing. You can't exactly determine if they're playing any kind of sound, but it sounds like an entry of trumpets. You all remark this as incredibly weird as it's a town in the tundra, but that's not important right now.
You guys fought or were there trumpets?
There were trumpets.
Love trumpets.
Need I remind you all, Kruank is not doing too good at the end of the hall, but
Yo.
I'm not a people person.
Dave has also followed up, and he immediately rushes kind of to Kruank's side. You know, he doesn't quite know what to do as he hasn't really dealt with a situation like this before. He's trying to find the words, but he doesn't quite know the words to say. Hey, that could have been you, but it wasn't. Kruank just looks to him and continues crying.
Dave.
Is
Hey,
Kruank like
Dave,
sat
maybe-
down right
You
now?
come
Yes.
back here. Let me do it.
He just like sat down, like struggling to process the situation.
Yeah, he's in the he's clutching his knees, he's in the fetal position.
I just put Sith on him.
Sith is gonna hop up
We can-
Tempest's shoulder and
You
like
better talk.
nudge
Yep.
his way onto
You're in.
his lap.
Therapy cat.
he kind of
Therapy
like he
cat.
kind of like jolts a little, clearly still like you notice as well he's still got like some of the tarry substance that was blocking his throat on the side of his mouth, but he begins to like shakily pet you gently as he's just like still he's crying a little less now, but he is still definitely crying. So Tempest, are you also up with Kruank?
Yeah, Lapori's fine.
It's fine. It's okay.
Brian's
Nobody's
on the
fine.
floor,
I'm-
face down, just kind of chilling there, resting.
No, you know,
There's resting and then there's quote unquote resting.
you're fine.
The worst resting goes had a fever, was incapacitated, instantly ran 160 feet and threw a dagger. It's like, well, that's my burst of energy. Explodes.
You
And
know,
then nobody wanted to do anything for me.
I don't even know what I'm supposed to do for anybody. Do you two
I
need
don't know.
anything?
This like X3's not gonna explode.
I'm fine. Don't worry about me.
Lepori is just in like a cold sweat right now, and a fever. They don't look like they're about to explode.
Did we come down here for nothing? Because we can't even
You're a little
skin it?
stupid. What do you? No, you could.
Yeah,
That's
you
totally
want to go
cool.
cover your face up and go in there and skin
I'll
it and
do
then
it.
have to
I'll
kill
gladly skin it.
I-
I'll do it right now.
whatever that is?
I wouldn't recommend it. He needs someone more dexterous.
I'll do it right now.
Arillo, are you for real?
Are you
On God?
going?
I'll do it. No, I'll do it.
On God, it's so funny to me.
Okay. I-
On God,
Yeah. Okay. As you
I'll
make
do it.
your way in there, make me another con saving throw.
You could have asked for like a
I'm
minute
plus 5,
or
and
something.
I have bardic inspiration too. So even if this fails, then
Okay.
that is a nat 20.
As a nat 20, you manage to cover your nose and dash your way across the room. The spores unable to get into you through any
Ah,
passages. As you know, you're doing this, and the party, I assume, watches from a distance. Kruank, Sith, would you allow Kruank to pick you up
Of course.
and hold you? He's kind of like cradling Sith in his arms, and Dave kind of brings him over to rejoin with the rest of the party. Arillo, you're up on the owlbear.
Yeah.
Roll. I'm trying to think what I would have you roll nature to effectively skin it and remove the.
Well, nature. I'm surprised you didn't tell me survival.
Actually, no, that would make more sense. Roll survival twice, once to skin, once to remove the mushroom stems.
That is a dirty 20 and a 16.
You managed to skin it pretty effectively. Its pelt is quite large. You managed to rip it off. And you also managed to, once you drag it back out of the room, to pick out the mushroom stems that were popped on the pelt. And you hold the pelt kind of in front of you. It's a pretty heavy pelt. It's a hefty owlbear pelt. And you take a good look at it, and you're like, yeah, that's usable. You know, you might have to cut it up a little to make the coats, obviously, but even with the holes that the mushrooms made, it's still usable. It weighs.
And you told me that I couldn't do this.
He just like turning and looking at the party down the hall as you say
There's a
that.
big "I told you so" look on his face.
You bring with you?
You gonna roll it up?
No, I'm gonna give it to. What do you mean? Am I gonna bring it with me?
I mean, it's like the skin is kind of gonna probably be like infected or like something.
Good point, but
We don't really need to infect ourselves with anything. We've already got Laporia.
it's okay.
As far
Is there
as
any way I can tell to see if it's got like still spores on it, or like to see if
Um,
it's possible?
roll
Is it
perception.
Ooh, I'm good at that. That
How do we
is.
detect poison and disease. It's a great.
If only we did. That is a 19.
As far as you can see on this thing, no spores linger on it. You've picked out the mushroom stems and dragged it out of the room pretty easily, so it isn't infected in any way. You can also discern, however, it weighs 2.5 pounds in total. It's a big old bit of fur.
Told me that was heavy. 2.5 pounds.
Actually, yeah, you're right. 4.5 is what I meant.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Big old.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll it up. I'm gonna roll it up and
roll it up and stick it in your bag.
roll it up and just like hold it on my side. I'll just carry it on my side.
All right. I assume you make your way back.
Since there are spores, I can just shake it out on them.
Shake it out of the shop.
If there are spores, I can just shake it out on the Arphanasi.
There are 2 mage hands in the pot if you don't wish to carry it yourself.
It's alright, I can carry it.
Many mage hands.
There are many a mage hand except for me. Patent pending.
I think literally everybody else does.
That's so silly. I assume you make your way back up to the party, though.
Now?
I guess so. I guess.
All right. So, are we going to check anywhere else, or are we heading our way out?
I'm gonna slowly get myself up.
I'm just. Now we get to fight a racist.
We do.
Okay. Lovely.
It'll be pretty easy, I
I
think.
suppose the owl bag was very.
We need to
close
nap
the
first, I think. I think we need to sleep.
I think we need to get him to do the coast first overnight, then we kill it.
Should we just like?
Oh, true. Good point.
What are we
head back.
about the
Give him the
dragonborn
belt.
that's with us?
Oh, good point. Keep Dave with him, I guess.
Oh no. I mean, I got. I mean, we
think
just
Dave's
get him into the
choice,
cart.
but
Fine.
really
but we have
have
to get
choice
him
here.
out the cart.
What the fucking trumpets about?
Or the holes in the
know.
skin.
I'm sure.
yeah.
I mean, I have a disguise kit, but I don't know how well that'll work.
What?
Crank is
There's
a
holes in the pelt too.
very small holes. They were from mushroom stems. They aren't
Okay,
sizable.
good. Okay, I was worried.
The
They were
pelt
like
is
big
usable, as I've said.
Ow. Yeah, it's just a worry that he's gonna see them.
Look,
He's gonna know
several of us
something's
have
wrong.
fever, somebody's a dragonborn. We're not gonna be having a fun time when we leave.
I mean, I could just go in. I mean,
Okay, but we
it's not a
can't
bad
say
choice.
present.
Obviously.
But thinking about it,
What the trumpets were.
I'm gonna be 100% honest. How did the fucking zombies get out?
That's a
You-
good point.
Good. Fuck.
Maybe the magic from the fucking orb, but
knows.
otherwise it was some
He
fucking
knows.
guy. The magic
I
from the
think,
orb might
I'm
be
gonna
doing
start
it.
walking towards the cell
It's
door.
probably because I closed the door too loud.
You make your way over to the cell block, and you notice the cell that all of the zombies were in earlier. It's not just open. That bitch was blasted open, seemingly through various means. There's poison acid on the ground. Lightning seems to have burned its way through the stone. And you notice that
Like from the inside of the thing or from the
yes,
outside?
from the inside of the cell, it
Oh,
blasted
I
both
think I
the
know what
doors
happened
open.
then.
They got
And
their breath weapon
you
back.
got their
unfortunately
breath weapon back.
do spot the Dragonborns who were attempting to leave earlier underneath the door that was blasted open. It seems it hit them
Oh my God.
as it was blasted open and slammed into the cell that Kruank was
You
in.
did it?
Make
Tom
a
and
medicine
Jerry
check
Pancake.
to see if you can determine that.
Not one. They're dead.
I got it now.
Yeah, as far as you can tell, they're fucking dead.
I'll do it. I'll do it.
They're
I'll do
dead.
one too.
Theater.
I'll do one too. I'm
All
sorry.
right, both of you check.
I did a bit better. I got a 15.
The blue one has unfortunately passed, but you can sense a faint life coming from the red one. You can tell the reason the blue one is dead is because the door conked him straight in the head. It seems the other one
Right in the
was
head.
simply knocked out by the door hitting him, and the zombies seem to ignore them as they were hidden beneath the door. The only way you could tell they're even under
Alright,
it is
I'm
from
gonna
the
lift the door up, I guess.
Yeah, you lift the door, I'll heal. We got this.
roll strength.
Yippee. That is What is my strength modifier plus 4? It is a 22.
You lift the door up very easily off of
Not
the
22, 21, either way.
you lift the door up very easily off of the Dragonborn, and you could kind of see the other ones, like, on his side. You can see him faintly breathing as he's clearly been hit by the door and sustained some pretty bad head injuries.
Yes. Give him a band-aid. Give him an iced lolly. He's okay.
Do you want me to just heal him?
Give him a little kiss.
Give him a band-aid and an iced lolly. He'll be okay.
Oh, let's yank him out from under the door.
Roll strength to pull the whole ass motherfucker out from under where the door would be.
What?
The Tempest, that would be you to roll strength.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
18.
Oh, I thought it was me.
18. You managed to drag the body out from under the door without hurting him. And he is now you've now got him right in front of you where he won't be crushed under the door. I assume Arillo, seeing this, you just kind of put the door back down, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
I'm gonna drop it, but like.
Then I'm gonna cast healing word on unconscious, injured guy.
All right, roll for that then. Roll for healing.
Yeah.
Is that what you would say? That's what you would say. Great.
Wow. Okay. 12.
You heal him, and he immediately shoots up, and in a very raspy voice goes, and he
Up and out.
continues to wheeze as he tries to just continue to, they got out. Oh, and he looks back to the door to see his friend dead and just goes, oh. And eventually his words turn back to wheezing as he just continues to look at his friend who was conked in the head and unfortunately died. And he kind of shakes himself off and stands up, and he's like, oh. He's got his hand on his head making these wheezing noises and just looks generally upset that his friend isn't looking the greatest.
I'd be upset. I'd be concerned if he wasn't.
Not looking particularly crunchy.
Do we react in any way to this?
Nope.
Do you need some water?
Stone cold.
He puts his hand up and goes no, and he takes out a playing card from his pocket of an ace and places it he kind of like slides it under the door to place it on his body, and he just kind of puts his hands together, nods, and walks out. Lepori, you recognize this as a sign of respect.
Yeah.
You can't tell what affiliation, just a sign of respect from a thief to another.
Yeah.
And he
We should probably go out then if he's going out.
he begins to
Yeah,
make his
we need to get going now.
we all are making
Yeah,
our way
I'm
out.
racing. I'm racing after him, not to like go after him, but to like make sure he's not going to immediately get shot.
Yeah.
Slowly fucking walking.
Protection duty.
You all make your way through the door. The door is open now, and you make your way back up the stairs just outside the Freetsuin's entrance. Give me just a moment while I switch the ambience here. But as you do this, you notice that the trumpets you've heard earlier, you've now figured out what they're for. They're for a huge caravan that has just come into Freetsuin's. This caravan is full of several people, and a lot of you recognize some of them as Flumen residents, but these Flumen residents don't seem to be seem to be in their regular clothing. They seem to be a little overtly geared up for the cold. And you see the Earth Genasi shopkeep talking to them. They've parked right outside the Cold Gear trade post. And this incredibly tall one comes out wearing the least, he's wearing the least coats out of most of them, but a lot of the other people, it's varying humans and elves, of other Flumen citizens, you recognize, the Flumen cart, in fact, which is very similar to the one that Dave rolled in here with you all in. And this taller figure steps out of the driver's seat, kind of lowers his hood, and you notice that it's a blue dragonborn who's about 6'8", and he's got this puffy coat on, and he turns and he looks at you all with this small green dragonborn with tar in his mouth, and immediately rushes over to you. He's a little speechless just to see this dragonborn in front of you. Where?
This is fucking racist.
Where?
Yeah, we got him out.
What? Got him out of where? Where did you find my son?
You're so,
I don't know. In
next
the dungeon of the guy you're just talking to. I don't know. Maybe
Yeah.
Jesus.
That fucker puts dragonborns in jail and then feeds them bad meat to make them into zombies. And there's also fucking mushrooms there to also make them so.
No, but we got him out.
Yeah.
He's very traumatized.
I imagine so. Goodness. Kruenk, are you okay? Kruenk immediately runs to his dad and gives him a hug, and he's just like, all right. I was going. Are you? Oh, he shoved tar in your throat. Oh. You could see like this crackle of energy begin to come out of his nose.
There's also a lot of dead dragonborns down there because of
Yeah.
He might be a little racist.
Lots of mushrooms.
Is he? Would you mind pointing me toward who did this?
And Arillo just pulls out a hand axe and just like points it right at him.
I point to him and then also message to the shopkeeper. Good fucking luck, mate.
The shopkeep begins to look around in confusion to who sent the message. The dragonborn
Does he
takes.
look at us?
He doesn't look at you quite yet. He's kind of like looking around the group of Flumen residents he's talking to. The dragonborn father takes the pointing of a hand axe as an offering, and he goes, "I'm not gonna need that. Could you just make sure my son doesn't?"
Oh no, this was just for pointing. And then
Oh.
I immediately like chuck it.
At the shopkeep.
Yep.
Roll dex to see if you can throw it and hit him, because he is in a crowd of people.
That is a. No, I got a good dex. That's an 8. That is a 19.
While it doesn't hit him, like with the blade end, he's conked in the head by it, by the handle. He's like, oh, goodness me! I don't understand. Why did you? And he turns to look at you, see Kruenk, and the Dragonborn father's just like, he turns back to you. Can you just cover his eyes real quick for me? That would be
Okay.
It's no
wonderful.
problem. I have big hands. I'll just cover his eyes. I'll cover his entire face at this point.
The Dragonborn.
He needs to breathe.
Not like face, not like his mouth, but like his entire like upper forehead.
By the way, I wanna while pointing at the shopkeep go, oh yeah, we also fucking broke your like fucking orb thing. Get fucked, idiot.
Just
Corey high on
He
spores.
does not love us anymore. That's fine. I can fashion these probably.
You watch as this. Hold on.
Indian racism.
Worst
One
comes to
step at a time.
worst comes to worst, I can probably fashion these together.
Worst comes to worst.
I mean, it's not even worst comes to worst. It's just that
But also, worst comes to worst, we can just ask if we can buy the coats off the Fritzuans.
So,
The
From where I was, this
Elements.
Dragonborn immediately begins to march over to the Earth Genasi shopkeep, clutches him by his shoulders, holds him up to his mouth, opens his mouth, and you watch as this Genasi is absolutely fucking obliterated by the lightning breath that comes out of this Dragonborn's mouth. And then he just throws that bitch on the ground, or whatever's left of him, and he just walks back over to you guys. That's that problem taken care of. Is there anything I can do
Nice
for
one.
you?
Fuck. Your coat. Gold. Mountains.
Do you know anyway?
Do you need coats to go up the mountains? We were actually
Yeah.
going to cross them to continue searching. If you give us that pelt, I mean, we could probably make up the costs of losing these. I wouldn't mind giving you a
Yeah.
few.
I mean, pretty
So
fair to me. Small little note though. Do
Mhm.
make sure you pad it out a little bit before you do use them.
Oh, were there
Yes. Yes. We don't need to get the word.
should
We don't want it. We don't need to use the big. We don't need to use the big word.
was there blood on it? Dust?
No, not that. Not that one.
I don't.
And you could just see that Aurora like points over to Lepori and like you know, just shake it out.
Does he need medical attention?
for a lot of
Yes, and lots of medical attention.
Yeah, they don't. Good thing you ran into the only Renovamen cleric on this entire island. I think it would be a rather bit of a. Could I see them real quick? I wouldn't mind doing this for you as well. They do
Like-
not.
I start walk over, like just like trip a bit, but then like go in front of them.
You're tripping.
Ta-da.
Yeah.
He kind of kneels down a little to like put his hands on your shoulder. Now, I do have one simple request that you don't forget the name of Father Grigori whenever you go to church next, all right? And you see this magical energy begin to come from his hands as he casts Dispel Magic on you, assuming that this is a magical
Oh.
problem. And soon you begin to feel a little better, as it was indeed magical spores infecting your lungs, and you do begin to feel better. And he kind of pats you on the shoulder in a fatherly way. You'll remember my name, right?
Oh, absolutely. Thank you, sir.
Blessed be
You,
Renovamen.
like,
Come on,
Aurora might
Cruank.
actually know Father Gregory. That's weird.
Shut up. He tells you, he gives you the
Shut
old,
up.
he gives you the old blessed be Renovamen. Now, if you excuse me, I would like to take my son home. And he
Real quick thing, we should probably tell someone before we leave. Have you ever heard of a fucking basically an orb of light that has divination magic?
an Oracalis?
That yes, fucking that thing.
Yeah, we have one at home.
Yeah,
one
so
turned black and broke.
yeah, we asked it if Lord Maniferum is alive or coming back alive, and when he did the search, it went through loads of fucking Dragonborn faces, stopped on one, and then went it's like inky black, and then started to vibrate, and then broke itself on the floor. So
Normally
I'm gonna
a
be
lot
honest,
of
we might need to. ready for
Oracalises that are usually for sale block all Mortiferum searches, so I don't.
Well, this one most likely wasn't for sale because it was just kind of in there.
In
So
Need to change the
What is-
firewall settings, man.
What is an Oracalis doing in a inky black? I've never heard of them doing that before, and I'm a. Okay, well, I'm a priest and a technician for them, but that doesn't matter.
yeah,
They
it
don't
didn't
do
seem
that.
like it turned off. It doesn't seem like it turned off. It looked like it was made black.
And in
Yeah.
look, I would help you with this, and unless you were to show me, but we're having enough problems with Konsuo
Oh, yeah,
already.
it's just telling you so that if you want to report it to anyone, you
I
can tell people.
I will
to be
report it
prepared
to the
for-
Concertian Church. That is concerning, but I do have some priorities with a lot of people are calling it the re-spark of the Consuenian Wars, but really it's just a bunch of bickering with a bad deed.
Hold,
Yeah, you said you were
back up,
thirsty.
back up.
What?
Explain more of what's going on.
Someone, a Haragon, which they're not uncommon here, sold the deed to Katsuo, which was supposedly meant to be real and was verifiable. When we attempted to head over to Katsuo to tell them that we owned them, which, you know, I'm not the mayor, so I didn't get to make the wording, but, you know, they didn't take that well. They brutally murdered the mayor, and now they've been sending attack parties to Flumen ever since. We've been having to fight them off bit by bit, but luckily, you know, with a healing
You're
department
fucking
and everything.
horrible.
Yeah, did you say you were heading to the mountains to search for something though?
My son, yes, but that's why we're giving you the
Oh,
coats.
so now you have okay.
Now I have my son. Joffrey, bring the coats out here. A butler, uncharacteristically in this suit and tie, hops out and he's like, "The coats, sir? Yeah, bring them the spare coats. All right, sir." And he comes in kind of like carrying 4 coats with him. Will this be enough, sire? I'm sure it will. Don't take what you need, fellas. And the butler offers you the 4 coats that are within his hands.
I will not be taking a coat.
But,
Will anyone
I
else
will
be
be,
taking a coat?
I mean, I will.
I don't know, you guys, I'm taking a goat.
Yeah.
Tempest and
Oh, they don't.
Arilla really just went, I'm not like other white girls.
Yeah,
as
because I have resistance cold damage and naturally acclimate to high altitudes.
Okay.
I literally am my own coat.
you
Good for you. We do not.
Lepori and Tempest, you notice as you stick these
Yeah,
coats on,
I said I'm not.
they will magically fit to be your perfect size. And
Oh my god, wait, we put a coat on a cat?
you could if
I'll
you
take
want to.
That coat.
I will take
Wait.
a coat for Sith just to wrap up and lie in.
The coat oh, you're not putting it on. Okay.
Oh.
You do take a third coat with you. There's still one coat
Oh, I'll
within.
take the 4th coat, I guess.
Can I-
don't want to make
can-
it seem. I don't want to seem rude.
Somebody better be giving Dave a coat.
Yeah, I was gonna say, give like Dave a card.
There's only
Can I-
4.
The
isn't there?
Dragonborn also takes off his own coat and hands it to Dave, and Dave puts it on and just kind of nods, "Thank you." He kind of like holds his hand. The Dragonborn holds his hand out for Kruank, and Kruank like takes his hand. "Now, if you don't mind, this place is not for my kind." That sounds classist, but you get my point.
Yeah,
We're
it sounds
so
kind.
right.
It
You're
sounds.
so
It
right.
sounds a
I
lot
get
more than
exactly
classist.
what
we're
I
not
get it.
acclimated to the cold. That's why we're wearing these
I get
coats
exactly
here.
what you mean, don't worry.
Yeah, no,
um,
but also I'd
Yeah,
recommend not being here
I
because
totally get the opposite of what you mean.
there are so many bodies of Dragonborn in there. You do not want to see it.
No, I'm so sorry.
That's
that-
why I'm
Yeah,
taking
so
my son home.
Yeah, I'd recommend it.
I'd recommend therapy for
He was very
6 months.
brave.
You did amazingly.
He's like Krank is like kind of blushing, and you know,
Well,
Grigori kind of like opens his mouth. "Oh, we need to get that tar cleaned out of you. Can you speak?" Krank kind of nods no to him. "Ah, okay. We'll get the tar cleaned out at home. Come on." And he notions for Krank to hop into the cart, and as you know, the Grigori watches. He's like, "Oh my God, what was he wearing?"
Prison garb.
That man outfitted my son with prison garb?
The man put prison guard for
I know
everyone.
that sounds a bit classist.
And then when they became a zombie, put them all into one cell and fed them raw meat through the ceiling in a hole.
Yeah.
Like Jennifer's body.
We got them out though, but well, we can save everyone. But
He motions toward everybody. It's a strange, kind of motion. Vapori doesn't even recognize it. And they all immediately, nod and recognize. And he once again says, "Thank you for retrieving my son from these
Do
horrible..."
I recognize it at all?
No.
As a Renovamen
Actually,
citizen?
yes, you would recognize this as a symbol motioned among soldiers and sometimes through the common folk. "Burn it down" is all you can discern what this symbol is.
Jesus.
And he walks over to the Earth Genasi's body, rears back his leg, and kicks it into the shop through the window. And the dwarf that was fixing the window goes, "Hey, I was just fucking fixing that!" And he watches as several of the people begin to, take out these alcohol bottles, pop the top off, and start sticking cloth in them. And he's like, "My bad. I'll be
Sorry, this is your chance.
I'll be out of here. I'm
start
sorry.
clapping.
I didn't."
He's pulled out
And
a flashfire
the
oil
dwarf,
flask.
the dwarf kind of pushes everybody out of the store. Are you offering the flash fire flask?
Oh
to
no,
him?
I'm holding it ready.
And Grigori kind of notions.
We should
So
not kill the
he
entire
notions.
town of Ritsuan.
He notions to Crank, just get in. And he hops into the cart as Grigori points towards the shop, and all of the people begin chucking Molotov cocktails inside. And Grigori turns and kind of side eyes the crowd of Fritsuin's campers that are here, and eventually you also notice this this dwarf that is there in very regal fur coating, and even he is just like kind of turning the other way as he's like, all right, let's go now. And
Where did the other Dragonborn go?
Yeah, the one who the rogue.
Oh, he ran off.
Probably stealth away. I'm gonna be honest. If he's a thief.
yeah, he's
stealthed
gone.
away.
You have no idea where he went.
Okay.
Can I throw my flash fire?
Into the store.
I'm gonna make sure everyone gets like far away first, like McLean area.
Everybody sees the flask you're holding, and I assume the party follows along and gets behind you as you pull this flask out. Everybody also nods in agreement and begins to back up toward the tents. They're staying directly at the line of the tents, and including this regal dwarf. Roll dex to see if you can throw it in there effectively.
Oh no.
Fine, I'm good at deck.
Famous last words.
Knock on
No,
wood, right?
22.
Okay.
A what?
A 22.
You
I got
hold it
worried.
by the stem of the bottle and throw it straight into the cold gear post, and you watch as it begins to bubble and fizz, and then just a massive 70-foot by 70-foot explosion. It grazes the leader's home and barely, touches the entrance to the Tundra prison. It's like heat straight at your face, but you aren't harmed by it.
Gorilla's
It's like
just clapping because this is the best thing he's seen since
It's-
war.
He's fucking smiling and
it's
laughing
like
evilly.
the explosion just barely whizzes by you, but doesn't do anything. I will need everyone to roll dex to see if the debris hits you.
That is a 21.
21,
25.
25.
Just straight dex, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Straight decks.
18.
Okay. Tempest.
Yippee, yippee, yippee.
I'm not gonna lie to you, I rolled a 1.
Everybody
Well,
except
number.
everybody
I'm
except
guessing-
Tempest is able to just stand there and watch the debris go by. But Tempest,
It's
as
hot and I have fever, you know?
as you know, you're staying like still the only one afflicted with a fever. A massive 2x4 just smacks you straight in the face. You take
Can I? Funny story. Can I try and use my reaction to see if I can just reach out a hand and just stop it from going any farther?
what do you mean?
Do you think I have a high
What's
it's
your dex?
so?
it smacks Tempest in the face and then kind of flies off from the force of the explosion. So it's not
Yeah, no. What I'm asking you
to stop it before
is,
it hits
can
them.
can I stop it before it hits?
Tempest.
Tempest.
Roll. What would I have you roll for that?
Give me a dex save at this point.
Yeah,
probably.
just do a dex save.
Advantage. Yippee. That is a number.
Mm-hmm.
That is
Wow.
a 19.
Um.
I'll take
You
damage, it's okay.
you managed to get your arm out to try to catch it, but you misstep where it was going to go, and it slams into your arm. Luckily, though, it's not a horrible weapon, so you take 4 bludgeoning damage.
That's fine.
Uh,
Not that bad.
and as this explosion calms down, you notice as this explosion was so bright, it melted the snow around it, and it has completely obliterated the Cold Gear trade post. There's a crater there, and everybody just kind of nods and heads back to their tent. And you can notice that they're doing this because it is nighttime, as you all have stepped out here. It is very
Yeah.
late at night, and you do notice that there's about 5 tents free, and you also can hear the sound of rolling carts leaving, likely from the Flumen caravan. What do we want to do? It's pretty late at
Goes
night.
So as soon as Arillo sees that the Flumen carts are leaving,
Mhm.
he is immediately changing his disposition. He is pissed,
Ooh.
and he immediately looks right at Lepori.
I just kind of like turned to like, what? Listen, I just want to know how big the fireball was.
Right, I feel like this isn't about
Dave,
This is
I don't
like
know what it is.
Arillo,
Dave
Arillo
kind of
is
like
going to try and grab Lepori.
I have done nothing wrong.
both of you roll dex.
Okay.
Wouldn't I roll athletics versus his acrobatics?
Yes, actually, that would make much more sense. Sorry, I'm stupid.
That is a 24.
I got a
24.
12.
12. You managed to get Lepore by the collar. Dave like comes over like, whoa, whoa, whoa. What is happening? I'm
Dave, let's go get in the cart.
Uh,
Dave,
I
let's go get
know.
in the cart.
What is?
I don't want you guys killing each other here.
We're not
It's
gonna
fine. I can probably live this.
I wouldn't try anything rash. Arillo.
I'm gonna make myself very clear.
What? Do you have invisibility?
My God.
I'm
Never
just, like,
mind.
And he's gonna
Smiling.
punch Lepori right in the face.
Roll to
Yeah, roll to hit.
Yes,
No, fucking-
that is a 19.
Yeah, that hits.
1 plus your
Which means
strength
that it would
mod.
do.
It's 1
Yeah,
plus
which
your
is
strength
4.
mod. 4. You managed to
Alright.
clock Lepore in the face while you're holding him.
Ow, but
Um,
This isn't
Oh.
the joking hour.
Guys, there's no need to pummel each other.
We can. If the ensuing wars come back,
Oh yeah, I kind of did.
I
do
will
that.
very much
I-
make sure
I kind of forgot
that
about
each
that.
and every one of you does not end up on the winning side.
Hey, no.
Hold-
Okay,
hold on.
listen, They didn't do anything. This
What?
is saying the Consuin Wars and beating me up.
Oh.
Yeah,
Is it
is it
plated?
too close? Is that why? I'm sorry, I had it too close to my mouth. Was that it?
No,
Oh,
I
got
could
confused.
I can make out what you said. Don't worry.
Listen, don't attack them. I was the one who did it.
Dave kind of like puts his hands up. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay. Even if what he said is true and the Consuming Wars come back, there's no Mortiferum. It's
Oh,
wars.
that's the thing. It might be. There might be a little Mortiferum.
Okay, you've
You
been
do
saying
realize what we're going after, right, Dave?
yes, but that's an old bounty hunter's tale.
But also that fucking
Not the-
orb destroyed
you missed
itself.
the whole orb thing?
Yeah, I was standing outside
Yeah, so-
comforting
We
Krang.
asked the orb. I'm just like while my chest is being held, like turning my head to Dave. Yeah. So while we were inside, the orb kind of was like,
What orb?
We asked it. The fucking index bitch. Fuck. I don't remember the name.
Index.
Is that the Auracalis thing that rich
That's
guy?
it. Alright, Halcon.
Okay.
Yeah. So basically, we asked that, and it was kind of like, "What? Where's Lord of Farron coming back?" And he was like, "Okay, I'll search for it."
Give
And
me a
then while
moment.
we were se-
He's listening, but he continues to flip through a little book he has.
So after that, this one apparently didn't have a lock or whatever that guy said. And it started to search for it, and then at a point, it just kind of went on one guy, like a dragonborn, and then went pitch black like ink, but it wasn't turned off. It was like magic, and then it started to vibrate, and then it vibrated so much when I was holding it, it fucking went against the wall and exploded.
He kind of like gets this thing out of a book and he kind of flips the book toward you. This thing on one side of the page, you can see the glasses of comprehension that Tempest took from Dave earlier that he has a spare pair of. But on the right to it, it lists a page called the Auracalis, a divination device meant to help its users look for any sort of information they so desire through using various amounts of divination magic. Said to have souls kept inside of it. This is usually a wives' tale. Censors any, and it also says censors anything that the seller would not like to be researched.
Okay, yeah, that thing, but I don't think.
Well, usually,
Seemingly, it was a different kind of like. I think it was like a.
you,
Have you ever homebrewed a 3DS? Sorry, that's kind of, I had to make the reference.
Zombie.
yes, it's actually relatively easy to. He kind of like looks back at the page and he goes, I don't. But usually those are hold on. Usually those don't let you research anything about Mortiferum. Just Renovamen in history. I don't.
Well,
sure?
I don't think we
It
can.
told us we could ask anything. It wanted us to try to like stump it.
Did it?
Yeah.
I've only ever seen one of those before. Did it kind of have a voice like, "Hi there, I'm the Auracalis" or something like that? Like
Yeah.
You
No.
sure? No.
Wait, no, it wasn't.
No,
I'm
it was
stupid.
kind of
Don't
more
worry
of like a like. It was more like sassy in a way.
Did you come across a jailbroken Oracalis?
Yeah.
And then you broke it?
Listen,
we
we
never
asked the
broke
question, and then it
itself.
started to vibrate intensely.
It's the
It
one
was
that
gonna
flung
fall.
itself against the wall.
Yeah.
You realize that in order to destroy an Oracalis like that, it requires an intense magical presence. Usually an Oracalis can't even look for any sort of...
No, like looking for that guy.
Looking for,
It
like, a fucking
denies
lich?
to look
Yeah.
for... Oh, Jesus. Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
and like it went magically dark instead of it being turned off. So this is why we're fucking freaking
See,
out.
it's
It
funny.
might be alive.
Did it have a keyhole on it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Great. Yeah, that means it was probably jailbroken because the one I got showed a while back was also jailbroken, stolen by someone, and usually, jailbroken Oricalises are given to prisons so they could see any kind of threat coming, even if it's mortiferum. Typically,
Well,
whenever they would
clearly.
ask
It's
if...
just a prison.
He kind of pulls out a history book. Typically, if a jailbroken Oracalis were to detect mortiferum, it would shatter and explode after vibrating to give everyone the notice mortiferum was coming. It turned an inky black and exploded after vibrating, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly. That's why
There's-
we're kind of freaking out. That's why I thought I should probably tell the guy from the fancy place.
Why the fuck would you tell anyone that mortiferum is actually still alive and findable when everyone is going to panic at the... He kind of looks toward the tents to see if anybody's, like, moving around
Well, we
inside
only
of them.
told like
Oh, God.
So he can fucking prepare? He's a cleric. Clerics probably are pretty good against undead fucking liches.
Again, I don't know if you heard, he's the only one. We don't have Renovamen churches here. He's from out of the realm. He's of the Concertian
he's
Church
fucking
Committee.
Cool.
Okay. You know
If
what?
we tell the fucking committee or whatever, most likely we're like, okay, we need to fucking prepare.
Okay, why don't you go all the way over to Concertia, make your way up into the Renovamenian Church High Council room, and spout to the council that a lich that they thought they killed about, I don't know, 2,500 years ago, is actually still alive, and you used a jailbroken Oracalis, which, might I add, they tend to regulate the searches on. A Oracalis that was jailbroken, searched for mortiferum, found it, had the typical mortiferum reaction, and you found it in a prison in a tundra you understand how... You also should probably put the down large... I don't know your name, I'm sorry.
Dave, do you
No, that's
understand how
my name.
much different,
Shut up, fuck you.
how Rilla's kind of just chuckling as he slowly puts Lepori down.
Oh,
I don't think you have a damn near close definition of an idea who you're talking to.
Well, yeah,
don't
no,
you
that's
explain them
why
instead
I
of
that's
being
why I
more
asked for
cryptic?
your name.
I run 10 feet away.
That's why I asked what your name was.
Can we like go
dispel
inside?
the
I'm running a
mystery,
fever.
or-
You can go inside.
Cool.
We can have a nice conversation.
There are some vacant. You can tell there are some vacant tents in the lower corner of the campsite. You want to take those?
Oh, sorry, I guess.
You're still having the. I was asking Tempest and Sith, but you're
You
still.
know, we're still having the conversation.
Yeah.
I'm curious now. I want.
Oh, you should be curious.
I'm curious. I just also don't want us outside at night.
Well, you know, it's not gonna be long. Trust me.
Can't we just go inside?
Aurella's like look.
About it.
Aurella's gonna look at each and every one of you and think about this. How do I make this as simple as possible for the new fresh meat?
I just asked what your name was.
Oh, his name's Aurelio.
Oh,
But
okay.
I think we're gonna get more than that. Come on,
I think
continue.
he's
Well,
gonna
my full
finally
name would be
talk
Willow
about it.
Horncarver. I gained Horncarver from a very special. I wouldn't really call him special. Very nefarious man. Maybe you've heard of him.
Let me guess.
Your
The
dad?
fucking guy? Oh, well, I was gonna say Lord Malcolm, but
That's
Lord
Malcolm.
Malcolm.
usually
yeah, Lord Malcolm.
usually you get your last name from your dad. I mean, I get it if you didn't like your dad.
That's not how it works at this. That's not how it works here.
Well, no, it does work.
Well, not for you. It's not how it works for my people. How they would say it.
Oh, you gain a
Like,
last
we really need this level of detail.
name.
Just get on with it.
So you just made like horns? Like
Did you kill
like-
somebody?
Listen, I'll make myself very clear. Though you may not believe it, I'm older than all of you by a large margin, we'll say. A large
Well,
margin.
give me your
Sounds
skin.
great,
Give me your
okay.
skincare routine. Damn.
How old are we talking here exactly?
Let's get.
I'm
let me
maybe.
get that out. Over 2,000.
I can't count that. I'm joking. I can. I just thought it'd be funny.
Two- You would have been
Congrats.
alive
Yes,
in the.
Dave. 2,000.
You would have been alive in the Consuenian War, like the original war.
Yeah. I think
Oh,
we can
Yes,
kind of put it
exactly the
together.
point.
Kind of put it together. What the horn carver most likely means a very important individual. Arillo. I just like turned to Arillo.
Oh, who
You
does that?
fucking-
Worry.
Did you fucking? Did you? Sorry, that could be a sec. Did you take the horn of Manafem?
Dave kind of turns.
Mortiferum.
Yeah, Dave kind of turns
Yeah, that
and
one.
agrees. Yeah, Mortiferum with an I.
Guy's name is.
Yeah.
Man's good for All right, cool. Yeah, that guy.
Who's to say I didn't? And you can see he's starting to rummage through his bag.
Well, most likely you, if you tell us. I'm just curious.
I-
Because you just keep talking like possibilities.
No,
and
no one. You're not a.
confusing things.
Dave kind of like looks at you. You're not a wizard. How did you even survive? And you would need to have intense magical training in order to.
Well, let's just say that fate has its own ways of being an asshole to you.
Fate's
And
real.
after he says that, you can see like this horn just slowly being pulled out of the bag.
Where did you get that?
You shouldn't pull that out while we're being watched by a sorcerer.
And Lapori.
I'm not a sorcerer.
No, I mean, getting precious things out in front of you.
Oh, yeah, good point, that too. And you see he slowly puts it back in the bag.
That too, but also we're being watched by.
I'm offended. You can see. I'm offended. You can see it just, like dismisses the mage hand. I'm so offended you'd say that.
Right. I'm totally not buying the sand.
Dave-
but
Not pull that out.
Dave is-
amongst What's watching
There's
us.
no one out in the streets, but Dave is a little flabbergasted. His that's awfully too big a horn. Where did you get that?
I think we've established where.
One takes
No,
one-
I totally just carved it off my own self and then called myself a Hong Kong. Where do you think I got it?
Oh, okay. If you were really cursed with this old age, what? Actually, no. I was gonna say, why didn't you ask the cleric to get rid of that? But old age is probably not or immortality is probably not the worst curse. I mean, you could be cursed to like be a dog forever or something.
We
I mean,
could be cursed to like bleed a
Dave,
shit
get the
ton.
point. Move on.
Did you really just make a thing about being an animal in front of Sith? How could you?
well, I
And me.
thought
What's wrong with being an animal?
Well, no,
Sith
nothing.
You're
But
just
I.
a person. You're just a herringon. It's not. It's different.
Yeah, that is.
What do you mean?
Get to your point. Dave, get to the point.
My point is, why? I would say, why wouldn't you ask if you could have the curse dispelled? But you just met with the only cleric on the entire island who might know how to dispel a curse such as
Dave.
that.
Is that really the most important thing?
If
Dave,
you're
if you think about it, if I'm over 2,000 years old and
right,
I get the curse dispelled, don't you think I'm just going to turn into a fucking pile of dust in 5 seconds?
wouldn't you want to do that after living for 2,000 years and watching all your friends die? I would.
It depends on your
And you can
view
see,
online.
and you can just see, you see one of the ancestral
Part of-
protectors
part
come
of
out, and it's
it.
just like one of his, and you can just see it's one of his like fallen like brethren in battle. I mean, he's still pretty here.
Yes, that's a ghost, though.
Imagine the amount of money you could get.
What?
Sorry,
For the
no,
love
don't mind
of
me.
God, why are we focusing on money and old age?
How many opportunities?
What are we meant to be focusing on anyway?
I don't fucking know. Can somebody like make Lepori unconscious before Lepori tries to steal it again?
I would
Oh, with
never.
pleasure.
It's gonna put
I
the paw on the bell.
I like put
Okay,
my hands up. Just,
Dave.
I would never.
Dave kind of gets in between the two. Okay. There's no reason to fight. This isn't even the topic of conversation here. What do you mean the Consuenian Wars resparking? I don't even know where that came from. I was just trying to make the point that there was probably no.
Why don't we have our grateful little Heron go and talk about that one?
He
We
kind
sold
kinda like-
town.
of holding his hands in between the two of you to try to like put himself in between you. He just sort of turns to Lepori and goes, "What does he mean?"
Wow. It's been a long,
Stuff's
funny
a little
story.
fun.
He stole the Consurian. He stole the Consurian
It's a
seed and then
long-
sold it to Flumen.
It's a funny story, you see, and lots of I should start running. I'm joking.
No, I
just,
agree with
start to run,
Lepori.
but I'm like,
It is a funny story.
It's definitely a very funny story when I wasn't
I
there.
mean, it's a little funny.
There is only a few
not funny.
Haragons told to be on this island. It's probably why no one's freaked out at the sight of you. They're a gang of Haragons that tend to... They're everywhere, but you realize you probably just got them massacred, right? Whenever somebody says a Haragon, they're referring to said gang. I don't remember their name, but they're referring
Well-
to said gang.
that's not my.
That's not our. That wasn't what was intended to happen.
You know what? Dave just kind of throws up his hands. You know what? I'm tired. We just went through a dungeon with several zombies. I punched a zombie twice in the face. I'd like to go to bed on a good note. Is everybody okay with that?
Fine, by
David, I don't think you sleep on any good notes.
Man, I just met you, and already, you're not better than everyone because you're old, okay? I'm gonna go to bed. I don't
Good night,
care.
Dave.
Good
Good
night.
night.
I'm gonna sleep in the cart if that's
The
okay.
urge to just pommel Dave right in the back of the head
You will die
was
on
so
the spot.
strong.
What,
You
Dave?
will die on the spot.
The pommel strike.
Gorilla, if you want to make an enemy out of the three of us, you go right ahead.
Go on. I pull out
He's
a little
right,
flask
though.
fire.
Just
Flash fire
because you're
oil
old, it
flask.
doesn't make you any more special.
Dave
I mean, you talking cat doesn't make anybody special, but here we are.
Dave
Age
turns.
doesn't matter,
Dave
the space
turns,
of
and he's just kind of
fire.
blocking his ears, and he's just walking toward the cart once again. And he hops in the back, and he gets ready for bed. Are we all heading toward the?
Getting ready for bed with Dave.
What?
I think
No, it's
we
not
should
like a-
keep those two
I-
apart for the night.
Maybe we should. I might sleep in the same thing as Dave in case someone tries to go for.
Lepore, I think you should go sleep in a compartment with Dave, and we should keep Arilla separate from the both of you.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Considering somebody seems on edge.
So,
I'll go cuddle up with them.
Lepori, you, I assume you go and sleep in the cart with Dave, and the rest of you, the three of you, take some tents for the night.
Can I
Mhm.
Dave?
I guess.
Room for one more?
Yeah, it's a pretty big cart. You sure.
Alright.
And you all make your way into tents. I assume some maybe went to bed angry, some went to bed, on a much higher note. But with that,
Oh, totally not angry.
You take
I went to bed with a fever.
Lepori just
yeah.
passes out after the day. Just
It's fine, Tempest. You have a hot water bottle.
You you all take a long rest for the night, and since it's 3 hours and my dinner got here 3 hours ago, we're gonna end the session right there. Do we have anyone specifically we want to
Is it
raid?
raid time?
It is raid
ducks,
time.
ducks, ducks,
Ducks?
ducks,
Duck, duck.
I was gonna say Kit streaming, but
No,
ducks
too
are
bad.
good.
ducks, ducks.
The ducks. Everybody's
Yeah.
voting for the ducks. I'm gonna run downstairs
Duck
and
Week.
see if my
Oh wait,
food
no,
hasn't been eaten.
but zombie Arakan's streaming Rimworld.
I raid Erican too much. Anyway, bye bye. Everybody go to the ducks.
Ducks, ducks,
Ducks.
ducks.